Proven all-natural therapies that don't require surgery or downtime. So if you've had enough of it, take matters into your own hands. Call Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911. Learn more online at tbtofga.com.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. The 3 p.m. hour is presented by First Liberty Building and Loan.
A person of interest is captured. Lisa Brady, Fox News. He's believed to be the gunman who killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City last week. Found and detained earlier today in Altoona, Pennsylvania, where police say a McDonald's employee recognized him from surveillance photos. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione held on a gun charge for now.
Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person, as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder.
NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says Mangione also had a fake ID matching the one used to check into a New York City hostel before the shooting.
Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset.
Police say that 3-page document shows ill will toward corporate America, but they're not confirming specifics for now. Police say Mangione was born and raised in Maryland and went to college in Pennsylvania. On day 5 of deliberations, a jury says not guilty, acquitting Marine veteran Daniel Penny of negligent homicide in the death of Jordan Neely after Penny used a chokehold to subdue him on a New York City subway last year. Prosecutors argued Penny was reckless and went too far.
When we heard this not guilty verdict, for the first time, we saw some emotion from Daniel Penny. When he learned his fate, he smiled in that courtroom. His defense attorney started clapping, and this was obviously a very joyous moment for the defense.
Fox's CB Cotton, but outside the courthouse, devastation for Neely's family as protesters chanted "No justice, no peace."
Jordan Neely's father, Andrew Zachary, saying he misses his son, and he believes there is a 2-tiered system of justice.
Neely's father had already announced a civil lawsuit against Penny. The judge had dismissed a more serious count of manslaughter last week when the jury deadlocked on it. New Jersey becomes the latest state to prohibit banning books in school libraries and public libraries, a law signed by the governor. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
He's coming. Here he goes.
Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Stand by.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of
At ease. God bless America. Semper Fi. You know, I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually heard a chorus sing all the words. And in fact, when someone challenges a Marine to sing every word of every verse of the, it's nuts, and it's hard to remember. Anyway, 303, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? Semper Fi. God bless America. Holy smokes. Well, there's so much to talk about today. 404-741-1230. And we also just had a weekend. We got Donald Trump stuff. We got the Marine. We got the verdict. And a million questions about that, by the way. A million questions, including what the hell was he doing with an ID at McDonald's? We're trying to cash a traveler's check? And why would an idiot need something where he had to show an ID? I mean, there's so many questions about this. He left clues everywhere. I mean, anyway, it's a million things. Also, obviously, the not only the CEO thing and the Daniel Penny thing, but also Donald Trump, whole kinds of comments about what he was doing over the weekend and things he's going to try to accomplish. And all the other stuff is going on. First of all, Pete Davis, Mountains of Macon. How was the weekend? What's going on? And how are you, sir?
I think I slept 14 hours of each day this weekend.
Any particular reason, or just making up for whatever, or what?
Drugs. Drugs.
I forgot the whole back thing. Was that still affecting you that much? Wow.
Oh yeah. But pain pills combined with muscle relaxants. And let me tell you this about muscle relaxants.
I keep forgetting them. I forget about those. That's right. Yeah.
They don't relax all the muscles.
So, therefore...
That's all I'm going to say. That's all. Some things should be loose.
A likely story. And by the way, what a sports weekend, too. And here we go again, freaking Georgia. Oh, my God. Overtime stuff, and the hurt quarterback, and he comes in, he can't even move his arm. And what a great weekend. And the Falcons, here we go. I mean, it's just and baseball, it's Soto. I figured it out. We're going to talk about Juan Soto later on in Holy Crap It's Sports coming up here.
How dare you, sir, say the Falcons? To mention the Falcons in the same breath as
they're our only pro team that can't do squats.
Are they? Are you sure about that?
Well, they can't do. The Braves are doing pretty good, and the Hawks are doing better than the Falcons are. Yeah.
Yes.
So, they're the only pro team.
You sure about that?
Anyway.
Pro team?
I don't know. And the Soto thing, $750 billion. $750 billion until he's 41.
And he's back in the damn division.
And he's back in the National League East. Oh, my God. Well, that's swell. Anyway, 306. Anyway, so about Pete, Dave, a whole bunch of good sports things. And Flounder, your loving bride-to-be is back with you in your loving arms after a trip for business out
She returned late Saturday night, and it was nice to have her back.
Outstanding. And everything else all going on here?
Back is doing better, still stiff. It just sucks how much it affects everything you do.
Yeah.
Like Pete said, he slept all weekend, and I'll bet that almost made it worse sometimes because you lay around and then it just kind of makes it even more stiff. Then you have to get up and walk around and be mobile. So it's kind of, you have to rest, but at the same time, you have to get up and walk around.
It's amazing. Both of you guys with back problems. and it's a whole different, 3 different generations in here, basically. 2.5. But anyway, and I learned a long time ago, back when I was running 12 miles a day, and I really blasted my last disc, has no jelly in it. And I learned back then, back in the 80s, I guess it was in the 80s, that you better be careful how you get out of bed. And if I try to lift something, the last time I tried to lift my golf bag, I made sure, I did deep knee bend and plugged with my legs. Believe me, everything I do involving moving the upper part of my body, I am very careful because I know how bad it can get.
I dread sneezing, and I felt one coming on last night on the couch, and I just braced myself.
There's another thing. Anyway, 307. Also, a huge day in broadcasting history. We'll talk about this through the afternoon today, which is the Charlie Brown Christmas. And I don't think I'd kind of forgotten about it, and I was doing my history stuff last night, and I've got a whole bunch of things here in Flounder. I found some really cool bits from the Charlie Brown Christmas story. And in fact, just as a quick preview, and then we're going to talk the Marine thing here in a second, Flounder, but as a quick preview to the Charlie Brown Christmas, it was premiered on this day in 1965. Nobody thought it would work. The producers hated it. The network hated it. They fought Charles Schultz at every turn. He said, I'm demanding we put Bible verses in there. He said, you can't put Bible verses on TV and a thing. It was unbelievable. What a story before they finally actually got it done. And then the reaction to it and everything else. And you'll hear the voices. And we'll play some stuff for you. Okay. It's at 308-404-741-1230. 741-1230. We're going to do some Daniel Penny stuff. And by the way, I'm going to play a soundbite here, and first thing I said to Pete, and we talked about this when I heard it on the show before us, and I said, I don't want to play this. It's disgusting. There are 2 really nasty sound bites coming up by these nasty black racist haters from one of the most disgusting organizations that ever existed in this country, Black Lives Matter. Fraudulent, hate-filled, a fraud on civil rights. My ass. They stole the money that you freaking cowardly businesses gave to them. And I'm talking about all of you, Delta, Coke, everybody. I mean, you gave millions of dollars to Black Lives Matter. Shame on you. Now look what you've done. And you're going to hear a girl say to some of the most offensive things you've ever heard on the radio. And I hope that, and if Mr. Dickey comes in here and says, don't play it again, I won't play it again. But until he does, I'm playing it again, and we're going to hear it in here in a minute. First of all, the Daniel Penny case. Okay, last week, at least the hung jury decision by the judge and the jury meant that at least one person on the jury last week wanted Daniel Penny convicted of manslaughter, the big-time Charlie charge. So at least one person wanted him convicted big-time Charlie. So why wouldn't that person still at least want him convicted on the little charge to get something for it? So obviously he or they caved, and the whole thing, I don't understand what's going on here. Anyway, Daniel Penny is cleared, and in fact, I don't think we have this soundbite probably available yet, but just a few minutes ago on the show before us, the newscast right here before us, they had he was actually, the New York Post people, I think it was, ran him down in a bar with his lawyer talking about it. So we'll get that for you later on today. But anyway, so he for the smaller charge today, he was absolutely totally acquitted and free to go. Now, after that, here we go. Jordan Neal, and by the way, I don't even want to mention his name, the Slimebag's father. And again, this family neglected their own kid. They sent him out to live on the street. He was a psychopath with nothing but trouble for his whole freaking adult life, and they let it happen. They enabled him, much like the Biden family enablers. The Jordan Neely family enablers did the same damn thing. And then, by the way, the father got kicked out of court today because when the judge released the verdict, he started screaming and yelling. He had a fight with somebody in the gallery behind him. He said to the guy, "You clapping when my son got fucking killed?" And the guy yelled, "Out, get out." They sent him out thing. And now here's the father, and this is the least of the thing. Here's the father, and this is cut number 2, Flounder, talking about the reaction to him and his family after the verdict here.
I miss my son.
Oh,
my
do
son
you?
Didn't have to go through this.
Oh, yes, he did. Thanks to you.
I didn't have to go through this either.
Punk.
It hurts.
Liar.
Really, really hurts.
Punk liar.
What are we going to do, people? What's going to happen to us now? I had enough of this. The system is rigged. Mm-hmm. Come on, people. New York. Let's do something about this.
Let's do something. The system is rigged. You're lucky you didn't kill him. Your son, you were rigged because you failed your own family. You freaking lying loser. And this is the same scumbag who just filed a lawsuit to get money from Daniel Penny. Okay, now, here we go, Flounder. This may be a minute late into the break, but this is unfreaking believable. Okay, that's the old man, all right? Now, a call for violence from a hate-filled fat scumbag racist from Black Lives Matter in New York. Be warned, America. You're going to hear 2 sound bites you don't want to hear. The most corrupt, vicious, fraudulent, anti-civil rights group in the history of our country is coming for you. Here's this fat scumbag lying bastard talking about how he wants to get even with you white people. Number 4, Flounder, if you will.
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud?
Yeah, no, not for that.
How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
You're all fat, obese pigs.
You pig, you entitled piece of sludge. And now let's have some more fun. Cut number 5, Flounder. This is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is totally offensive. I don't want to play it. And after talking with Pete, he's the official producer, and you need to hear this. And you need to hear exactly what these people are. Oh, I'm blaming Pete Davis. No,
I like you throwing me under the bus.
No. I'm serious. They should know that there is actually a debate in my heart, because I don't think this is the kind of thing we should be playing on the radio. And on one hand, on the other hand, I am a true blue. I'll defend to my death your right to say things I don't want to hear. So I have to agree to it, and certainly will. And I'll play it again unless Mr. Dickey himself walks in here and says don't. This scumbag girl, this sluzzy piece of scum, is Shavona Newsom. And this horribly offensive comment is something you should be warned of. Shavona Newsom, Flounder number 5.
The only crime that Jordan Neely was guilty of was the color of his skin.
Come on.
But luckily for Daniel Penny, his skin was not like Jordan's, because you honestly wouldn't have seen our face. The NYPD would have arrested him after 3 hours. The justice system would have found him guilty. And shame on this jury. Because to be real, they didn't even try. Once the lesser charge was removed, they came back an hour later and said it was deadlock. Less than an hour and 20 minutes later, they said not guilty. These wonderful white people, I hope they celebrate their Christmas while the Neely family is praying and asking God for comfort. Goddamn them and goddamn America.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Right back at you, bitch.
That's what she said. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm astounded.
It's jury intimidation, too, because you think the next jury's going to dare not convict a white guy? They'll be afraid for their lives if they don't.
Well, we got to. There's a million things. What do you think, my friend? Sherry, what do you think about that? What she said, what they said, they're coming for us. And I'll tell you what, if they pull, we're going to do a break here. If they pull that same crap they did for Black Lives Matter before, and then all of a sudden they started showing up, if you're outside with your wife having dinner at a restaurant, and they show up and take over your table. Remember when they pulled that crap, bow to the black man? Oh, please, God. Oh, I'm begging you, please send about 19 of them. No, I guess a 15-shot clip. Send 14 of them over to my table. Thank you so much. Just, 13, 14 would be great. That'd be great. All right, it's 3:15. Keep repeating Flounder. I feel better already. Fun day, Monday. Marine Corps. Hoorah, baby, Semper Fi. Screw you, come and get me, baby girl. Oh, God, I love it. The legend Neil Boortz is only on XTRA 106.3. Hey, it's the camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Many extra listeners are still furious with me because of the things that I said about Donald Trump. I still mean him. I don't like what he is, but I like what he does. And I'm sure I'm going to like what he does the first few days of the presidency, including shutting down the border. Maybe he can find some other ways to make sanctuary cities feel the pain of their idiocy. But at least we're safe from Kamala's horrible plans. Increase the corporate tax. What a fraud. Anti-price gouging laws, thereby displaying her ignorance of basic economics and the weakness that she would portray to the rest of the world.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on XTRA 106.3 or listen anytime on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Yeah, it's only me. It's only the camera. Speaking of needing a lawyer, and by the way, times are goofy out there, and it's true. And I'm here to tell you that if you are out there shopping and looking for a parking space, or you're trying to get somewhere fast and it gets dark earlier and people have their bright lights in your face and maybe you don't have the lights on. If you're in a wreck, especially if it's not your fault, I'm going to give you a name and a number to call. It's David Van Sant. And here's why. Van Sant Law knows how to get things done for you. And really, I don't know whether you've noticed it too, but people are a little nutso out there in the road. Change of times. It's Christmas season, shopping and tension and, Stressmas season, stuff like that. And we love insurance companies. Don't get me wrong. Obviously the insurance company doesn't want to pay more than they have to if you've had a problem or a claim of some kind. And the important thing to remember is David Van Sant, well, two things, obviously. One, he used to work for the insurance company, so, the man knows exactly what the ins and outs are. He knows who to call, what to say, how to make sure your policy is covered, all this kind of stuff. When he calls the insurance companies, it's well known. They say, oh, you take it. I'm not talking to David Van Sant. And he also, remember, he puts you number one because if you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. And he's got this law firm, he's got a business to run. And so he's on your side, period. And insurance companies, they don't want to pay a lot, but when they have to because of David Van Sant, you get the rewards. My advice, put this phone number in your phone today. 855-GA-INJURY. 855-GA-INJURY. Check them out online, too, and tell them the Kimmer sent you. Cover yourself. Don't get in a fight, no fist fights, and don't sign anything until you talk to David Van Sant on the web, vansantlaw.com.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
It's Christmas again, and it's that time of year to gather with family and those you hold dear. But what will you bring and where will you go? When it comes to great gifts, there's just one name to know. Solomon Brothers, it's just the right place. Because a fine piece of jewelry puts a smile on a face. So stop in today, and you know you won't fail. Because at Solomon Brothers, there's an incredible sale. From 1 carat to 6, you'll get the best deal. You'll love how it looks and how it makes her feel. In carats, they start at just under $1,000. You'll find earrings and bracelets or a ring for their hand. And when you give a gift that's from Solomon Brothers, it will be unique and not like the others. So don't miss this sale because it won't last long. Just trust Solomon Brothers and you'll never go wrong. Stop into Solomon Brothers Jewelers today and get 1 carat total weight diamond stud earrings, tennis bracelet, necklace, or rings starting at under $9.99. So shop Solomon Brothers Jewelers or SolomonBrothers.com.
The end of the year is closing in, and with it, another tax year comes to an end. As you prepare to file your taxes, consider the efficiency of your tax strategy. Have you maximized your IRA and Roth contributions? Do you have an RMD strategy in place? Are you making moves now to maximize your future tax-free income? Not only is the year-end fast approaching, but the 2017 tax cuts sunset at the end of 2025, placing many Americans in a higher tax bracket. Don't just report your taxes, plan for them. Contact Master Plan Retirement Consultants now to create a retirement plan specifically designed for you. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation where we can illustrate your retirement outlook and create a plan together for your future. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
I am Michael Green, chef and third-generation owner of Matthew's Cafeteria, located on Main Street in historic downtown Tucker, Georgia. We have been serving Southern comfort favorites since my grandparents opened the doors in 1955. 70 years later, Matthew's is still preparing those same recipes. Come in today, grab a tray, and sit down to award-winning fried chicken, turkey and dressing, hand-peeled mashed potatoes, and made-from-scratch biscuits, pies, and cobblers. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 6 days a week. Come and see us today and experience the Matthews way.
Look out, here we go. It's only me. It's only the camera, Pete and Falander.
There is nothing that is wrong in wanting you to stay here with me.
2010, Eric Clapton said he was selling his extensive guitar collection to raise money for his Crossroads Rehab Center in Antigua. The sale would include the guitar Clapton played at the Cream reunion shows in 2005 and got about $15,000. The sale held in New York featured a vast collection of amps and speakers and a pair of Marshall speaker cabinets. I guess that's a big deal. I wouldn't know about. God, in fact, do you remember? Holy cow! Do people even have speakers anymore? Those big floor speakers for hi-fi sound for your stereo. Who's even got that? Oh my God! Nobody. I'll bet nobody in America has a set of speakers that sit on your floors on either side of your hi-fi. Your record player. Oh my God. How times have changed. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 323. Hold everything here. Our birthday list includes Felicity Huffman, a Desperate Housewives star. Also, she was inmate 77806-112. I don't know for what. And Felicity Huffman, 62 years old, also was in Sports Night. Remember that? That was I think it was on HBO. Did you ever see that, Pete?
It was horrible.
You know, I used to watch it.
Stand it.
I used to, and a couple of those guys, it was very smug. It was like that Andrew Sorkin type of thing on HBO, same kind of sort of Aaron stuff, Sorkin, you know. Yeah. But I used to watch it, and a couple of those guys went on to stardom for other things. I can't remember their names, stuff like that. But anyway, Sports Night. She was on it, Felicity Huffman. Also, Flounder, we're going to do cut number 6 here. I decided we're going to do, after that last soundbite you heard here on the Kimber, Pete, and Flounder program here with that woman talking about how much she hates white people and how bad we are. I thought, again, I think this was an amazing, and I remember this, 1965, of course, I was a teenager, but I remember this on this very day, CBS premiered the Charlie Brown Christmas story, a Charlie Brown Christmas. They thought it was going to stink. They were underwhelmed by the slow pace of the production. The animation was quirky. There was no laugh track. Again, that's the other thing. And you're going to hear some sound bites here coming up. You're going to hear at least one here. We'll play one every hour. You're going to hear, and again, it was not like a children's laugh track, a sitcom comedy thing. No laugh track, and they used actual children, not trained actors, for the characters. The guy who played Charlie Brown was Peter Robbins, who was 9. He died 4 years ago at 65. The public loved it. Half the sets in America were tuned in, which the network thought would be a flop. And at some point, the purpose of the holiday, the spiritual foundations appear to face greater attack each year. Quote, "Look, Charlie, let's face it. We all know that Christmas is a big commercial racket," says cynical Lucy. They're trying to put together a Christmas play. It's a big run by a big Eastern syndicate, you know. Well, anyway, here's some of the feelings behind putting on a Christmas play by Lucy and Charlie Brown and Linus and Snoopy and the whole crew. A Peanuts Christmas special as it began, premiered on this day, 1965. Number 6, Flounder, if you will.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel. I just don't understand Christmas, I guess. I like getting presents and sending Christmas cards and decorating trees and all that, but I'm still not happy. I always end up feeling depressed.
Charlie Brown, you're the only person I know who can take a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem.
And again, these were kids. These were not professional actors thing, but and there's so much more. I mean, we'll talk more about that later because we got other stuff to do. But again,
the soundtrack is what made it. Vince Guaraldi's soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, and again, it was. We'll play a couple of bits on it. But if you don't know what it is, and is it on tonight? God, I made a note of that. I think it might be on tonight. Yeah, CBS did it originally. God darn it, I was going to look at the TV guide, and I'll bet it's on tonight as a tribute. Here we go. This is not exactly Linus at the piano. Or who was at the piano? Linus. No, Schroeder. Schroeder. Linus was the sucker's blanket thumb. I love it. 326, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder at a Charlie Brown Christmas.
And that was, by the way, Charles Schultz saying the Big Eastern Syndicate. Yeah. That was a little jab because all those cartoons were owned by syndicates.
Yeah, exactly. And they fought with him. Even a scene from the New Testament, and they said, no. He says, oh, yeah? I mean, you'll hear it. That's one of the things coming up here, the actual meaning stuff. 327. By the way, just a quick question. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the Daniel Penny case? Officially, it's over. Now they're threatening to kill white people. They're threatening to challenge us white people. They're coming after us as Black Lives Matter. I mean, shame and disgrace, and you're asking for trouble. And if you're threatening me, I will respond in kind. And I won't take a chance, by the way. If I think I'm threatened, I'm acting like I'm threatened. Okay, for the record. Judge, he warned him. He said if you think he's threatened, he's going to act like it. So everybody's on freaking record. And by the way, what should Daniel Penny do now? There was a GoFundMe. He's raised a whole bunch of money, but he pledged to give it all away. Get the hell out of New York. Well, okay, but no, wait a minute. He pledged to give all his money away. I hope the hell he changes his mind now. The man deserves to have a nice, cushy run the rest of his freaking life. Now he's going to have to move. He sure as hell can't live in New York. He ought to be able to go anywhere he freaking wants, man. And a country club.
I just said, drive me out of here. Yeah. Take me across the bridge to New Jersey. Get me the hell out of here before I have a drink.
I can't believe he's even in a bar. They found him. And again, when that soundbite is available, Flounder, we'll try to grab it for you. It was like during the late newscast. And they actually ran into him in a bar. They followed him into a bar having a drink. Man, I would have gotten out of there so freaking fast just because, those black scumbag lying hater dividers, the black ones, are threatening to kill white people as a result of this, and especially him. So anyway, I would, thank God, show your face, and let's back down. Try something. I dare you. I freaking dare you. We're not taking this anymore. I think somebody might have learned something in the last election. It sure as hell wasn't to start supporting Black Lives Matter again. When the hell? How could anybody even let them on television and the news? How could any responsible journalist and producer say, yeah, let's have this guy threatening all the white people in America? Jesus. Well, here we are. Free press. God bless America. All right, 329. Now, this business with a person of interest in the United Healthcare shooting business. They have identified him as Luigi Mangione. He was caught with a manifesto. He's 26 years old. He's from Maryland. He was the valedictorian at his Baltimore prep school. They caught him with a silencer and a gun and 4 fake IDs. He's a big fan of wacky websites, including Ted Kaczynski, the infamous Unabomber. Quotes him extensively. He was a valedictorian in 2016 at the Gilman School in Baltimore. He wanted to seek a degree in artificial intelligence. Why the hell was he using an ID at McDonald's, and how did they catch using? Again, how did some guy work in a fry cooker or the cashier at McDonald's solve the case of the guy who murdered the United CEO? I mean, this is unbelievable. A fake ID for what? Was it a traveler's? I mean, I don't understand. What do you need an ID at McDonald's for? And why would he only have a traveler's check to go get a $3 hamburger? I don't get it. He left clues everywhere. It was almost like he did it on purpose. In fact, I'm not making this up. We'll come back. We'll talk more about this here in a second. But a woman at the stable, who I don't know. I'm an acquaintance. I don't know who she is. And she's a lawyer, and she's smart as a tack, and I could prove it. But she was suspecting before this guy got caught today that it might have been several people. And when I looked at 2 of the face pictures of him, the jaw's different and the nose is different, and it didn't look like it was a makeup thing. And I wondered whether it was like that show with a former James Bond guy with the spaghetti arms and the pencil neck, and he was with that girl with a big square head. It was in the Crash Davis golf movie, and he was a thief and a stealer, an artist guy, and then he had them all come out like 10 guys all dressed in top hats. That movie, and like
Thomas Crown Affair.
Thomas Crown Affair, the new, not the Steve McQueen one, yeah, with what's his name, Pierce Brosnan, and it was like she thought maybe like they had 5 or 6 different guys to throwing stuff everywhere to throw them all off.
By the way, I'm canceling our dinner engagement next week. We're going to eat outside on a patio somewhere.
That was me that made the threats, not Peter. You were safe up there in the mountains of Macon. 331. It's Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. What do you think? How you doing? Look out. Look out, it's a Kimber. We've got your afternoons covered, all right, and the Morning Extra's got your drive-in from 6 to 10 a.m., too.
If I just consider the fact that I use the restroom maybe 3 or 4 times a day for a span of like 90 seconds at a time, the rest of my day I go about doing what I'm doing, that's a minuscule amount of time. Sure. The fact that I try and have this movement that defines yourself by what restroom you go into, that's not me. That's on you. Of course. And so, yes, you are a dude, and you are dressed as a woman. And just because for just that 90 seconds at a time, you still have to be a dude, all right? Like, then the rest of the time, you get to be a woman all day long, and we all say like, wow, she's really nice. Okay, then that's fine. But for that 90 seconds at a time, out of your hours and hours and hours, you actually have to adhere to who you are. When it comes to doing this, use a dude.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on XTRA 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
By the way, more division and hate in the Democrat family, the Bidens and the vice president side pieces, and Donald Trump's now using Jill, and I think she wants to make out with him. Okay, she's in one of his commercials now for an aroma thing. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff coming up here with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 333. How's that health insurance thing going? Have you found your health insurance? I'm sorry, I shouldn't rub it in because I got a guy. You should have. In fact, I'll give you my guy. The health insurance doctor. Now, again, if you you love looking through contracts and fine print and making, comparisons by whatever factors there are? I don't even know where to begin, but I know where you should begin, and that's the health insurance doctor. I'll give you a name and number here in a second. If you're self-employed in particular, maybe you do your own self-insurance, you've worked with that Cobra business before, you got a small business, and that Affordable Care Act, affordable my butt, how come the premiums could be higher than your monthly freaking mortgage or your car note or something like that? That's ridiculous. How about the freedom to choose any doctor, any hospital, save thousands of dollars in premiums? How about benefits like dental stuff and vision stuff and cancer stuff, accidental policy stuff, things like that? There's my guy Steven, the health insurance doctor. He has people saving thousands of dollars every year for the health insurance family plan, and guess what? You don't have to pay him. It's free. I'm not paying him. I know. I'm not. Don't credit me. Credit him. The health insurance doctor. By the way, that's what you call is the health insurance doctor. There's no charge. You don't pay him. He takes care of your bill. All that stuff. You don't have to work all the fine print. No. Here's the number: 678-523-0759. Look him up on the web. Make sure you tell him the Kimmer sent you. Healthinsurancedoctor.net.
Hey, Roswell. Looking for the perfect bite this football season? Head on over to Nucky's Hoagie's Roswell Corners, where every sandwich is crafted with love by us.
The Sub Sisters,
Stacy
and Shannon. Whether you're looking to cater a football tailgate party or grabbing lunch to go or dining in, we've got delicious Nucky's menu items for you. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagies, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, with the freshest ingredients that'll make your taste buds dance.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell Corners on Woodstock Road your new favorite sandwich spot.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
This giving holiday season, what better way to say thank you for your service than to help veterans and their families find success after military service through the Warrior Alliance? Your support helps to connect warriors to services in critical areas such as housing, benefits, legal services, health and wellness, employment, and much more. The Warrior Alliance is changing thousands of lives for the better. In fact, the Military Times has ranked the Warrior Alliance the #1 nonprofit in the nation in their 2024 Best for Vets survey. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org/donate.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Echo. This Christmas, give the gift that keeps on giving. Echo Power Equipment. Whether it's a new chainsaw, trimmer, or blower, Echo has the perfect tools to make any outdoor job easier and efficient. At Howard Brothers, they've got the Echo tools for every task and every budget, so you can find the right gift for the hardworking person in your life. Let's get something special wrapped up under the tree this year. Echo Power Equipment is built for those who love to get things done, and Howard Brothers is here to make your Christmas shopping easier.
Whoops. Looks like I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue. Sorry, just need to wet the old whistle here. Hold on. Everything's good. There we go. Oh, sorry. Oh, my God. Is this Ozzy? It's Ozzy. You all right there, Ozzy? Hang on. I got a phone call. Hold on. First, 2003, Ozzy Osbourne went to the hospital in Slough, Berkshire, after being injured in a quad bike accident at his British home. A quad bike, that's a four-wheeler, I'm guessing. The 55-year-old idiot singer broke his collarbone, 8 ribs, and a vertebrae in his neck. News of Ozzy Osbourne's accident reached the House of Commons, where the government sent a goodwill massage for Mr. Osbourne. Yes, they did. All right, 3:38 to the phone. Scotty, you're on the radio, man. Happy Monday. What's going on, sir?
Good afternoon, Kimmer. How are you, sir?
We're doing great, my friend. What's up?
Well, you're talking about stereo speakers. Does anyone still have those?
I don't. I mean, do you remember? Boy, they used to get huge too, and they were great. But oh my, you'd vibrate the windows on the second floor of your house.
I have a good buddy of mine who bought a stereo system about 1972. I mean, these are like 4-foot high speakers.
Yeah.
Still has them. They still run. He's got a great stereo system, and when we go to his house occasionally, he's got a great record collection. We'll just go jam out in the basement. It is awesome.
You know, there's not, and honestly, for someone, and that's most Americans now, have never seen, let alone heard, a Victrola, a record player, a 78 spinning or a 33 RPM, have never actually heard. And and there's scratches and there's stuff, but there also is a different kind of quality of the sound, and it really is different. And oh man, that's
he bought Pete. He bought a lot of those. You ever heard of the half masters? There's like the sound is almost perfect.
Really? No, I don't know what
they're a little more expensive. Yeah, they're like a half master.
Oh, the master track, you mean, master tape? Wow.
The LPs.
Yeah,
they're done differently. But
long plays.
I'll be real quick.
Yeah.
Interesting story. He saved when he was probably about 72 or 73. He saved up money to buy his wife or then girlfriend a wedding ring. So he saved about $3,000, and he asked her to marry him, and she said no.
Ooh.
And so he said, well, I'll just take the $3,000 and bought this badass stereo system instead.
And he's been happy ever since.
Well, now, listen to me. About 2 weeks later, she came back and said, I screwed up. I want to get married. He goes, well, you're going to have to wait for a ring because I've already bought the stereo system.
Did he ever marry her?
Yes, they've been married for about 45 years now.
Oh, be damned.
That's a great story.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Scotty, thanks, man. I really appreciate you. Have yourself a great
day. Have a great day.
Thanks, man. Good to talk to you. I'll be damned.
So one real quick, we got Stratocaster John, who has a similar story he wanted to share about.
John, you're on the radio. Welcome aboard, man. What do you think?
Strat.
Strat.
I just was going to tell you, I've got a pair of Altec Model 19 studio playback monitors that I bought, and I grew up with a pair of Altecs that my dad built when I was about 7 years old, and he was making Jetstar overtime money at Lockheed.
Oh my God! Now, are those like that great big, like 10-foot black trunk-looking things, or?
No, it's you've probably seen plenty of Altecs, the ones that got the big metal horn on top.
Yeah, cool. Oh man! And do you? I mean, do you use them? Do you play?
Oh yeah, man! It lights up this house like you wouldn't believe. I got a lofted living room, and the speakers are upstairs, and the stereo's downstairs, and it's like a huge bass reflex living room.
Wow! Now, and by the way, it shows my ignorance. Can they be attached to more modern electronic audio equipment to get? I mean, to make a difference.
It's just got two leads. You plug them into anything. Well, I mean, they're just massive.
Yeah.
So when I first brought them home, I had to borrow my friend's pickup truck, and I lived in apartments on Powers Ferry, sundown at the Oasis.
Oh yeah.
And I pulled up, and my neighbor said, "Hey, what'd you get? A washer and dryer?" I said, "No."
When do you hear this?
No.
You're going to know what it is in a minute.
He said, "What the hell are they?" I said, "Well, they're speakers." And he went, "Oh shit."
I love it. Well, listen, hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. That's a great story. Cool.
I saw something yesterday that says, I don't own a record player. I own a turntable. I am the record player.
I'm the record player. And again, I mean, the whole thing was an experience. And you had to be careful. You couldn't drop the needle on it. You had to put, and in fact, if you were a good disc jockey growing up as a kid, you always had a quarter in your pocket because sometimes the needle on you're playing the records would veer off to the side. So you put the quarter on top to make sure it was heavy enough to play with old records. I mean, oh my God. Anyway, thanks for the memories. That's weird. 342, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. A quick birthday mention, if you don't mind. In fact, I got a couple of very hot sports birthdays coming up later for Pete Davis, Holy Crap at Sports. Some very hot ones, God. In fact, it's going to be like a battle of the hotties. But first, John Malkovich, 71. He's a great actor. Now, is he he's not the weird one, right? Is he okay as far as we know?
He's kind of weird, yeah.
He is kind of, but did he get caught like doing like a guy thing in the bar? That was the other guy, right?
No, that one.
Yeah, okay, John Mal, and he's a little strange, but he's a hell of an actor. That movie with Clint Eastwood as a Secret Service agent and stuff. I mean, he's done a lot of great shows. And on this day in history, what you talking about, Willis? Well, Will is talking about his sentence for getting caught with meth and a loaded gun on this day in 1993. Todd Bridges, Willis, in different strokes, pleaded guilty, got a live-in drug treatment program for a sentence and 5 years probation. Todd Bridges, 4 years earlier, was acquitted of wounding a drug dealer at a crack house in L.A., and he also stabbed a guy in a knife fight once, but they said it was self-defense, so they let him go, and then they did catch him for having meth and a loaded gun, and he did get that.
I thought only white people got off on,
Yeah, well, if you're on TV, it's a TV thing, really, mostly. 344, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. They have a guy of interest. They haven't arrested him yet. This caught him with a manifesto and a gun and a silencer and fake IDs, and so, it looks like that's the ballgame. Now, let's, again, this is amazing. Now, one of my favorite comedians is Bill Burr. And Flounder cut number 3. This is kind of actually distressing and frightening, but it's a real thing. And this guy's Bill Burr, and he's a public guy. He believes he's got the chilling motive behind this whole thing with the United Healthcare CEO murder. Bill Burr's 56. He expressed sympathy at first for the guy's family, and then said his feelings started shifting as soon as he learned more about the circumstances surrounding the career. And what is it, Pete? You said the average rejection rate for an insurance company is 6 or 7%.
16%, and they're like around 32.
32, yeah. So it's like double the average. You can't get this coverage thing for us. So here's Bill Burr, the comedian, with a very unfunny type, very serious comment on what he thinks was going on here in the first place.
Oh, what's going on in New York? We were just talking about it. That CEO got whacked. You know what's funny? I was sitting there reading an article, guy, like, oh my God, he's such a great guy. He had a wife and kids, and he's such a great guy. And then you find out he and the other guys he's working for are getting sued for $121 million for dumping a stock and not letting the other people know. Nancy Pelosi just made $9 million on some shit. They're gangsters, dude. Gangsters. And then one of them gets whacked or something. They're like, oh my God, he was such a good guy. It's a dirty game. Healthcare, dirty game.
Well, I don't know. That's but still, I don't care how much you hate your insurance company or health.
Shoot them.
Yeah, you can't go assassinate the guy. And again, I guess they were getting a divorce, and he was hiding. He got money. Apparently, he was caught with a couple of inside buddies, knowing that bad times were coming. So they got their stock options before they told anybody else. So they made a fortune when the stock tanked or something. There's something with things going on behind the scenes. But again, that doesn't, a business thing doesn't mean you should go kill the guy, no matter what.
I think part of the problem is you get so frustrated. How do you get to these? How can you get them back?
Well, yeah.
When they do this,
Yeah.
things like this.
Yeah, but I don't know.
They get away with this scot-free.
Yeah. The only thing you can do, you get a lawyer or a private investigator, but that's going to cost you your career and money. And who's got the time and wherewithal and the money to do something to start investigating your health insurance company? Anyway, 346. It's Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Oh, and by the way, the Al Jazeera Constitution's trying to start another freaking race war. We'll get to it coming up. And also, the cheap paper. Look, it's curling now, the Al Jazeera Constipation. Hold it, it's even getting worse. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 347. Look out, look out.
The legend Neil Boortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
It seems somebody done us all a favor by producing a list of all of the celebrities that promised they would leave America if Trump won. You want to hear it? I'll read fast. Adam Baldwin, Whoopi Goldberg, John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, Rob Reiner, Barbara Streisand, Cher, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Megan Rapinoe, Tom Hanks, Amy Schumer, AOC, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, Bill Gates, Jane Fonda, Madonna, Mark Ruffalo, Kim Kardashian, Bruce Springsteen, George Clooney, Hunter Biden, Oprah, Robert De Niro, Samuel L. Jackson, Miley Cyrus, Travis Kelce, Rashida Tlaib, Stormy Daniels, Anthony Fauci, George Soros, Eminem, Ellen DeGeneres, Sean Penn, Sharon Stone, Ashley Judd, Tommy Lee, Bryan Cranston, and Billy Joe Armstrong. Who dat?
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
This is Bruce Hagen, the people's lawyer. When I started my firm, it was with the idea of providing personal representation for personal injury cases. We treat everybody like family, and it makes me so proud to work with my son to provide a great family-oriented law firm.
This is Matt Hagen. As a father-son team, we know the importance of working together to get our clients back on their feet. Let us here at Hagen Law be your advocates. You can find everything you need to know at hagen-law.com.
hagen-law.com.
Neil Boortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
Are you tired of dealing with drafty, inefficient windows? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows. It's time to upgrade these old windows. Replace them with double-pane, beautiful, energy-efficient windows. Your new windows will help you regulate a perfect temperature throughout your house. Start saving big money on your energy bills and improve the curb appeal of your home. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078.
Why should you do your shopping at D. Geller & Son this holiday season? Because you don't want to end up like shouldn't have case number 674.
Okay, everyone, let's open our gifts.
Honey, you go first.
Oh, perfume. You really shouldn't have.
They told me it was their scent of the month.
It's in my throat. It's in my eyes.
What? It's not that bad.
Grandma's down. Shouldn't have gone with the perfume. This year, take the risk out of holiday shopping with a beautiful gift from D. Geller & Son.
This year, hold on the perfume and give them something they'll really love. Like a beautiful piece of fine jewelry from D. Geller & Son Jewelers. From timeless diamond stud earrings to tennis bracelets to our gorgeous selection of hand-picked loose diamonds. D. Geller & Son Jewelers has been helping folks find that perfect holiday gift since 1939. So stop in today. D. Geller & Son Jewelers in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. And you can always shop online at dgeller.com.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth if they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com. This sounds silly. It's you too. 24 years ago, U2 first appearance on Saturday Night Live. I'm sorry, fly to play with U2. Here we go. U2 on Saturday Night Live. The band played Beautiful Day, which I do like. I like that song. And Elevation. Is this Elevation?
Yes, it is.
I'll be damned. Elevation. Okay. There's a little U2. And our birthday list includes Jacob Dylan. Bob Dylan's son, Jacob Dylan, is 55. Lead singer of the
Wallflowers.
There you are.
They actually did a very, very good cover of David Bowie's song called Heroes.
Oh, really? I know that. I know of that song. I couldn't sing the lyrics to you, but I know that there is such a song. And what did the Wallflowers do that I would know? They didn't have a song that I would know.
One Headlight?
Yeah, One Headlight. Yeah, that's a good song. I like that song.
I'll have to put it on your magic stick next time you bring it in.
Also, the last music thing I mentioned at 3:15. I mentioned when we were playing Eric Clapton. I said, I got something. I remember something about him in history. Well, here's what it was. On this day in 1994, 30 freaking years ago, scumbag Bill Clinton fired Surgeon General Joycelyn Elders because she had told a conference that you should teach young people how to pleasure themselves so no girls would get pregnant. As part of it, should be taught as a course. She wanted to have a class in masculine fighting. Oh, hey, thank God you interrupted just the right time. Wanted to have a class in Farkalukalele as part of human sexuality. And I remember they were doing interviews with her, and they were asking her about rock and roll and things, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And she says, I love rock and roll. I'm a big fan of Eric Clapton. Big fan of Eric Clapton. I said, big fan of Eric Clapton. Are you, Miss Joycelyn Elders? Anyway, so that was the link to her. 30 years ago, Clinton fired her because she was such an idiot. Anyway, 3:54. Quickly, before I forget, Pete Davis. We have the Pete Davis point. Well, let's tease Holy Crap in Sports coming up after 5. I noticed that Alabama got kicked out because SMU took their place? Was that what it amounted to, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. Clemson and SMU got in, and Alabama did not. Alabama shouldn't have been in.
Well, they lost 3, right? Didn't they lose 3 games?
Neither should Ole Miss, but of the 2, Ole Miss should have got in because they played a better record against the common opponents. South Carolina had no chance. You had a great last half of the season, but you lost to both Alabama and Ole Miss. There's no way you could have jumped both. They did the right thing by putting SMU and Clemson in, even though SMU's probably going to lose in the first round, and maybe Clemson too. We'll see. Yeah,
but still, they're asking for it when you have this many. And quickly, the Georgia Bulldogs made out great.
They've lost 2 wide receivers to the transfer portal, and Carson Beck may not even be back for this whole playoff thing. We'll see. His elbow's hurt.
Good. Yeah, I watched. Oh, Lordy. Anyway, we'll get to all that
stuff. And the biggest ramification from all this not picking Bama is that these ADs are going, why should we schedule non-conference tough teams if you're not going to look at the strength of schedule all that much?
Right.
And why just play Mercer?
Well,
no offense, Bears, but they'll be playing more Mercers and playing more UConns and people like that.
Yeah. Again, and the whole college football in particular, but college sports anyway, with the NIL and all this, and transferring 7 times to get there. I don't know.
Georgia Tech has just lost their best wide receiver, one of their best players.
Did Georgia lose two players now before the playoffs?
Oh, hours after they won the SEC championship, one of the receivers says, "I'm out of here." Hours afterwards. They don't. These kids. They don't. Most of them do not care about
what
the
a
school.
Shame.
They didn't grow up wanting to play for that school. They're going wherever the money is.
That's the thing. That's why we loved college football. That's why we stopped watching the pros half the time because you could sure at least go to watch Saturday freaking college football and just live a little fun childhood stuff once in a while. God.
That's why I watch MAC games because they don't. Those kids are there because they want to be there. They want to play.
Oh my God.
Then, of course, they'll transfer to a larger school if they get good.
Well, there you go. All right, 3:56, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. A lot of Donald Trump stuff coming up here in a second, including what he's going to do on the first day in office. But first of all, this is funny what's going on with not funny, funny ha-ha, and funny disgusting, these freaking Democrats. The Biden crime family all made an appearance for the 47th annual Kennedy Center honors over the weekend, and Joe Biden and the First Lady, the enabler, the cuckold queen, completely ignored beaming Vice President's side piece, who was applauding enthusiastically as the first couple walked in. The President and the First Lady, standing ovation. The Bidens didn't even look at him. They didn't shake their hand. They didn't look at him. They totally ignored him. Didn't even look in their face. What happened to the joy of the Democrats? And somebody says, can you freaking blame them? This had to be awkward as hell. And then, by the way, Donald Trump, we're going to play the Flounders Funny here in a second, when he was over with the Notre Dame Cathedral, that horny little Dr. Jill, the enabler, the cuckold queen, was hitting on him. It was unbelievable. And then Trump used her as part of his new campaign for his new commercial, for his new TV, for his fragrance, for his perfume. Holy cow. First of all, let's do a Flounders Funny for Nucky's Hoagies there, Flounder, with their
So I didn't think about this in terms of security until the lady took it out. It looks like C4 plastic explosive. And she's like, what is this? And I said, it's clay from an art store. She goes, I can't let you have it. I said, all right. So she threw it away, and she says, have a nice flight. I'm like, look, either that's a bomb or it's not.
She tossed it into the...
Either give me my playback or ask me many questions, please. Is that the procedure? Hey, this guy has a bomb in his bag. Oh, yeah, you can't have that on the plane. I'm sorry. You can explode it here, but you can't take it on the plane. I'm sorry. I know it's stupid. It's just because of that one guy ruined it for everybody.
That's Louis C.K., obviously.
Yes, sir.
But again, man, she was just going to take it home to her kids as soon as he got on the plane. Put it in the thing. 3:59 with the Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. And the Donald Trump thing, he was sort of having a good time with Joe Biden was flirting with him, the doctor enabler, the cuckold queen, smiling at the ceremony together. And by the way, Joe, the crime family child molester, never made the flight. He couldn't go. He didn't feel like going. And so Donald Trump now is using her as part of his tagline for his new perfume. Here are my new Trump perfumes and colognes. I call them Fight, Fight, Fight because they represent us winning. A fragrance your enemies can't resist. A post on social media platform with a picture of her smiling at him at the ceremony for the reemergence of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Anyway, we got it all coming up. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, 4 o'clock. Hoorah, Semper Fi. Daniel Penny is free to go. And yeah, go ahead and threaten to see what happens to you. All's coming up again. Look out.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
Call him a strong person of interest. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. The man captured today in Pennsylvania after last week's killing of a top healthcare executive in New York City.
Good old-fashioned police work. What New York City Mayor Eric Adams says has led to an arrest in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says Luigi Mangione is in custody in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He was spotted at a McDonald's and found by police with a gun and silencer like the one seen on surveillance video. Also recovered
clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID
believed to be used to check into a New York City hostel. NYPD detectives will be questioning Mangione in Altoona.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Mangione is 26 years old, born and raised in Maryland. Police also say he had a 3-page handwritten document that shows ill will toward corporate America. A New York jury finds Daniel Penny not guilty in the death of Jordan Neely after Penny put him in a chokehold on a subway train last year. Neely family attorney Dante Mills.
I promised this family that we would get justice. We're still going to do that. We're going to move forward with our suit. The district attorney did a good job, but the jury in this case let us down.
The jury acquitting Penny of negligent homicide after deadlocking on the more serious count of manslaughter. Penny's defense team says New Yorkers can continue to stand up for one another without sacrificing rights or freedoms. After the fall of President Assad in Syria, overthrown by rebel forces, President Biden holding a call with Jordan's King Abdullah today and emphasizing full support for a Syrian-led transition process under United Nations auspices. Stocks finish lower, the Dow down 240 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
He's coming. Here he comes.
Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
And I'll bet she's a firecracker. Allison Smith is 55. She played the daughter Mallory on West Wing, Leo's daughter Mallory, but 55-year-old Allison Smith also, in 1982, played Annie. In the Broadway musical Annie, she was the star, and Allison Smith, now 55, formerly Mallory, the daughter, was the longest running and youngest star of a Broadway musical ever to that point. Allison Smith, 55. Good for you. This is an important day here for history. Hold on a second, especially now, because this is officially Christmas Card Day. Celebrated every year for those who partake in the tradition. Write out your cards, get them in the mail. Yeah, the first Christmas card created in Britain in 1843 to encourage increased usage of the British Postal Service. Sending Christmas cards started to become popular in the United States in 1875 when they were mass-produced. The founding of Hallmark in 1910 changed everything, of course, and then you had to get everything for every kind of day as a thing because of Hallmark people. But still, and there were people who used to, in fact, I forgot the story that one of the original artists who would just send them to his friends, and they said, gee, you ought to make these and sell these, and so they did, and that's really kind of how it started. Anyway, Kim Repeat and Flounder, more, and later on, we're going to do another Charlie Brown Christmas flashback soundbite for you, too. 406, Kim Repeat and Flounder. Oh, isn't that so sweet that Joni Ernst has now decided that she will support Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense. Well, I think that's so nice, Joni, after you supported freaking, what's his name, the defense contractor for, what's his name? I can't
Lloyd Austin.
Lloyd Austin. Yeah, and Merrick Garland, for God's sakes. All right, 407. Kim Repeat and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I got all my Christmas wrapping, shopping, and mailing done for my kids. my family in Colorado. I'm so happy. I went to FedEx. No more UPS, because every time I go to UPS, they don't get the job done like they're supposed to that I pay for. So I'd rather pay more and go to FedEx and have it because I know what's going to get there. So that's kind of cool. By the way, do you guys send out Christmas cards? It's a Christmas card day. Do you ever? Not anymore. Flounder, do you ever send out?
No, my dad does it every year.
Does he?
Mm-hmm. He used to do them, and he'd do them all handwritten.
And is it a special card that he has made up, or he just finds some?
I think he goes and gets them and then handwrites them. Okay. Right? He handwrites a personal letter to each person.
And see, that's the way it ought to be done. And I don't think I've sent out a Christmas card and since I was married, and the family would send them and stuff like that. But it's been 20 years since I sent out a Christmas card. I send cards when I send presents and stuff, but I do not have a mailing list of Christmas cards. Pete, you don't do that?
It's a waste of time now. Yeah. I used to do it all the time, but they got to the point every year is less and less and less people responded. Yeah. And it got down to it's like one or two people, and no one seemed to care anymore, so I quit doing it.
I don't know when the last time was I got one of those letters where the family writes a letter of what Johnny did over the last year, for Christmas, and they go, "Oh my God, look at you!" And those were very popular for a while. There, for many, many years ago, families sent out the letter of who did what for Christmas time. Oh my Lord! Okay, 409. Let's get some newsy politics going on here. Donald Trump. Here we go. Donald Trump. By the way, went on with that idiot Kristen Welker from NBC. What a freaking disgrace she is. And they haven't fired her yet, and they never will. And Trump gave her. Trump was way too nice to this woman. I think he's going to be way too nice. I don't think he's going to go after people like he should. He's saying he's staying out of it, which is fine. We should at least say that. But I hope he gets the people, like Pam Bondi, to go after him. Okay, here's the deal. Donald Trump, NBC, did an interview with this Kristen Welker business. And he talked about his campaign promises, including things on immigration, health care, the Justice Department. And here's cut number one, Flounder. Donald Trump on one thing he's going to do on day number one, sir.
I'm going to look at everything. We're going to look at individual cases, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to be acting very quickly.
Within your first 100 days, first day?
First day.
First day.
Yeah, I'm looking first day.
Issue these pardons.
These people have been there, how long is it? 3 or 4 years?
Okay.
By the way, they've been in there for years, and they're in a filthy, disgusting place that shouldn't even be allowed to be open.
Not only that, most of these crimes, and Donald Trump, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, after what they did, the Biden family, crime family, and all they've covered up, and they've gotten away with everything. They've gotten away with impeachments. I mean, the whole thing is just freaking stupid. So as far as I'm concerned, the only problem I have with Donald Trump pardoning everybody, freaking everybody, is that, if you hit a cop, if you actually fought with a cop and hurt a cop or something, then you need to be punished for it. But again, you don't need to go for 22 years because you got in a fight with a cop at a protest. It was wrong and you should be punished. But, so he's got to be careful about, doing too much for somebody who actually caused physical harm to another human being. However, everything else, that was, they didn't do squat for Black Lives Matter protests, or Antifa protest, or George freaking Floyd protest, or Ferguson, Missouri protest, or that little kid punked down in Florida protest, or any of the other ones protest, or the beer drinking Harvard professor protest. I mean, it's unbelievable. So pardon them all. I hope the hell he does that. And by the way, he says, I'm not going to be in retribution. I'm not directing anybody to do anything. However, he says, this Pam Bondi, I want her to do what she wants to do. I'm not going to instruct her to go after Jack Smith, the special counsel. He's a very corrupt person, but Pam Bondi's going to do what she's going to do. He's also criticizing the select committee from the House Select Committee on the January 6 people should be jailed, like Liz Cheney and Benny Thompson, those guys on that committee. They faked it. They lied. They cheated. They hid evidence. They destroyed evidence after they got caught for it. They made sure that they were trying to affect the election of a president of the United States. They broke, I don't know, God knows how many laws, and we need to go get them. Yes, we need to get them. And by the way, for the record, thank goodness for Mike Lee, a Republican of Utah. You might hear him a lot on the Glenn Beck show. Speaking of that NBC interview with Donald Trump, and again, this is really important. She was talking about she was asking him about the 14th Amendment issue of children who, of people who come to America illegally and then have a baby, even though they are not citizens, if they have a baby, that baby is an American citizen. Donald Trump wants to change it, and under the law, here's the deal, which they did not use on NBC and should have, because they should have known better. It's slightly confusing, but even if I can understand it, I know everybody else can. Under the 14th Amendment, somebody born in the United States is a citizen, regardless of whether their parents are citizens or not. But the law also says all persons born, and NBC left this part out when she read the 14th Amendment. The law also says all persons born in the United States are and subject to the jurisdiction thereof shall be citizens of the United States. Those words matter. And those persons born and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. That means Congress has the power to define what it means to be born in the United States, quote, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Subject to the jurisdiction prospectively from birthright citizenship individuals born in the U.S. to illegal aliens. And if Congress decides that subject to the jurisdiction, because illegal aliens who sneak in here are not subject to the jurisdiction of America. So therefore, the babies born to people who are not subject to it, therefore should not be subject to it. Who says they should be automatically? That's not what the law says at all. So here we go. And again, we're the only country in the world that allows that. If you're an American and you go to Mexico and have a baby, that kid is not a Mexican citizen. They say go home and be an American citizen. Nobody does this but us. 414, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? It's Monday. Come on. What's going on? Look out.
Some phone calls when we get back.
Oh, it's phone calls. It's phone calls. They love me. They do. Oh, God. Marine Corps.
It's time for the Boortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Not exactly a hard-hitting political commentary, but, maybe it is. On the road in the Boortz bus last Friday, ran over something in the road. It looked like a spike. It's about 7 inches long and easily a half an inch in diameter right into a tire. I immediately had a warning in the cockpit, we'll call it, managed to get to a safe place, and here comes a tire technician to patch it up so that I could get to my destination, where, by the way, I'm buying a new tire. While he was working, I talked with him a bit. He's making some pretty good coin, over $60,000 a year. More than any college graduate with a gender studies degree or history or English or black studies will ever make. And he has no student loan debt. I remember a conversation I had with Bernie Marcus, one of the founders of Home Depot. How many, I asked him, rank and file employees working the stock, working the shelves, the aisles, the cash registers, retired as millionaires because they invested in Home Depot stock as an employee? The answer, about 3,500. None of them with student loan debt. You don't have to go to college to be a success in this country. In fact, in many ways, it can actually slow you down and be a detriment. That tire technician and the knowledgeable product experts at Home Depot are worth far more to our society and to themselves and their families than anybody with a gender studies degree. And Lord help us, how long is it going to be before people graduate with transgender studies on their diploma? God help them. Choose a trade, folks. Go after it. Live well. Neil Boortz, XTRA 106.3.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey, by the way, did I tell you, it's Kimmer, I've got your Christmas smile. Well, I don't have your, Dr. Dina does, though. Atlanta Smiles, that's my dentist. I first went to Dr. Dina Giesler 31 years ago, and I'll tell you what, this is a real pro. She's a master class dentist, ranked number 1% in the United States Navy as an officer, by the way. And also, Atlanta Smiles, happiest dental office you've ever seen or even heard of. Now, well, it's filled with Kimmer babes, and they're just happy people. They're just, they're true Americans, they're patriots, they just have a good time, they take care of business, they're real pros, and everybody just, it feels like they really care about you, which they do. It makes a difference. And don't forget the doggy. I'm not making this up. There's a little doggy now. If you'd like to have a doggy, ask for the doggy, and they'll put this little cute little girl doggy right in your lap while they're working on you. It makes your whole life better. I'm serious. Of course, I get the gas too, but seriously, get the doggy. And whether it's veneers or cosmetic stuff or cleaning, bridges, crowns, the whole deal, they really take care of business for you. And the happy office, Atlanta Smiles. Don't forget veterans, 10% right off the top. Just tell them when you call. Here's that number, 404-262-7733. Your new smile's waiting for you. Take it from the Kimmer. I'm going back and I'm getting the doggy. AtlantaSmiles.com.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Being in an accident really bites. You need people around you that are going to make the whole process easier to deal with. I just described David Van Sant at Van Sant Law. He used to work for the insurance companies. What an advantage. He knows who to call, what to say, and they're not going to pull the wool over his eyes. Give him a call. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY, vansantlaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Georgia Tech men's basketball single game tickets are now on sale after home wins over Duke and North Carolina last year. Head coach Damon Stoudemire and the Yellow Jackets are set to take flight and swarm the ACC once again. Kelly strides at the right sideline, sets up Coleman into the right corner, Reeves a three, good! And that was with a hand in his face. Don't miss a moment of the action in the Thriller Dome this year by getting your tickets today at RamlinRec.com/tickets. Sting 'em.
Neil Diamond. I used to write my poetry to his songs. Not this one, the sadder one. We gonna ride till there ain't no more. Neil Diamond on this day in 1972 released the live double album Hot August Night from a concert 1972. One of 10 sold-out concerts Neil Diamond performed that month at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. Peaked at number 5 in America, number 1 in Australia. I took my mother when she was visiting me in New Orleans in 1973 or 4, and Neil Diamond was touring, and I took my mother to a Neil Diamond concert. She was visiting the family. My starter wife, the one who loved me. 421, Neil Diamond. Now, in 1988, that was 72. 88, now a poll released in America, the music of Neil Diamond was favored as the best background music for sex. Neil Diamond, number 1 for sex. Beethoven, the second choice. Luther Vandross, number 3 there with the thing. All right, sir. To the phones. We got a bunch of phone calls, and we'll update the Daniel Penny case and the CEO Girl Killer case. Scott, you're on the radio. Welcome, Scott. Happy Monday. What's going on?
Hey, buddy. How are you? So, you guys have the ways and means. If you could check this out, yeah. I have heard from a reliable source that Daniel Penny was holding the guy down, and when the authorities arrived, the scumbag was still alive.
Oh, he was alive. And in fact, the cops did not even give first aid because they were afraid of catching germs or something. So they waited for the medics. They could have saved his life if the cops wouldn't let him die.
Exactly. They didn't want to catch whatever he had.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
nobody is saying this. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. And again, the whole thing, this never should have gone. It never should have gone to trial. It never should have happened in the first place. And wait till you hear. We're going to play the sound bites again. Now that we're getting into it, of these people who are threatening all white people in America. And I'll tell you what, we're not taking any more. You pulled that crap before where you took over dining rooms. Remember that? Where people just show up and said, bow to the black man. You got to make up for all the, oh, yeah. Okay, try it again, pal. To the phone, Swatoon, you're on the radio. Happy Monday, Swatoon. What do you think, sir? What's up?
Well, I'm glad that he's acquitted of everything, pretty much.
Yes, sir.
Just remember this racist Black Lives Matter people.
Yeah.
They only hunt in groups. They will not go one-on-one.
Right.
So that's why Daniel Penny was okay to drink in bar by himself, because he knew that if one of them would show up, they would never fight him.
That's right. Swatoon, the whole thing, these people, I just can't believe it. Black Lives Matter, but you're going to hear the sound bites again if you haven't. Black Lives Matter, probably the most disgraceful, fraudulent, criminal enterprise of an organization that raised money based on the claim of civil rights and ending racism in America, corporate boardrooms and stuff is just absolutely so disgusting and so 180 degrees away from reality and the truth. And I can't believe they're even getting publicity for this kind of stuff. I'm ashamed of it. I can't believe it. Anyway, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, they're all about money. It's just extortion, pretty much. I mean, they found an easy way to create a little bit heaven on the planet Earth, not realizing that, they might think there is no God, but at the end of the day, that money is going to stay here, and they're going to go up there in front of the God, and that's what happens when you are pretty much godless.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I guess it makes it easy for them to say what they're saying, including this girl you're going to hear in a minute. But the other thing is, how come nobody's reacting to the fact that Black Lives Matter should be shamed for the rest of their dirty, miserable, stinking lives, and to the fact that no one would ever again want to ever be admitting to themselves that they were a part of Black Lives Matter? All these companies that gave them millions of dollars, where are they saying, oh no, you faked us out once before? How come all these companies are not saying, you can't speak that way in America? We gave you money because you were supposed to try to cause, simmer down the racist attitude or whatever. What a bunch of crap. Every executive in America that gave money to Black Lives Matter ought to be saying, shame on you for what you've been saying after the Daniel Penny case. Shame on you for the words coming out of your mouth. And they're all a bunch of freaking cowards because they took the money, they gave them the money in the first place, and now they're afraid to say, you got to give our money back to us because we made a bad mistake. I don't know.
They don't care about human life. Just remember that. It's all about money. And all these corporate guys, the reason they're doing this because they're cowards.
Yeah. Swatoon,
there's a lot of, if you're a coward, you're going to do whatever, so they don't look bad. And of course, in American culture, everybody is afraid to be called racist. But thanks to Donald Trump and all this racist agendas being happening for the last 8 years, people don't even see like, oh, you call me racist? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, try it again. Yeah. Swatoon, always a pleasure to talk to you. And I talk way too much because you get me riled up, and that's for sure. I think John is still John.
John on the horn.
John, you're on the radio, man. Welcome. Happy Monday. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Didn't we have the best music there ever was?
I'm sorry. I missed part of that. What happened?
Didn't our generation have the best music there ever was?
Well, if you're my generation, I agree with it. Yes, sir.
On the 14th Amendment, I think if we check with Alan Dershowitz on this, that particular clause of the 14th Amendment is referring to diplomatic immunity. People who are here as diplomats from other nations, if someone is not subject to our laws, then you can't prosecute them and you can't deport them.
Right. And by the way, the 14th Amendment was for slavery. The 14th Amendment, the problem was that the liberal Democrats, the the American Democrats were saying, oh, no, wait a minute. Our Constitution says if you're a citizen, but you black people came from Africa, so you're not citizens. You're not Americans. You're Africans.
Well, I subscribe to, under the Constitution, under the presidential qualifications, I subscribe to the old definition of natural-born citizen,
right?
Which means both parents are citizens of the country,
right?
Which would have eliminated Obama right off the bat, but they didn't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and again, it's a legal issue that really needs to be addressed. Again, we're the only country that does it. I mean, and we know that there are flights from countries like China where when women are 8-9 months pregnant, they fly them over to America. They set them up on hostels, and they have a whole system of caregivers for the foreigners who want to come in and have their babies become American citizens, and then they're here forever. I mean, it's a thing. It's real. Anyway, thank you, John. Thanks, man. 428. Holy cow. I'll save a birthday for later.
Did you hear that the New York police are arresting some of the BLM agitators up in New York?
Finally.
Like 4 years ago, they're actually not putting up with it anymore.
I'm telling you, I think, and again, I want to calm down here, and I don't want to blow.
No, don't calm down. Don't calm down.
Well, I mean, think about it. All these companies, all the companies who gave millions of dollars to Black Lives Matter,
Coca-Cola, Delta,
all of them trying to say, well, we want to make, they were afraid. They were afraid of the protesters showing up at Black Lives Matter. These same scumbags were the ones taking over people dining outside on cafes and taking over your tables and stuff like that. Those are the same freaking people. And all those companies who gave them that money then have now realized, oh my God, this is the biggest fraudulent, fake, disastrous, divisive, hate-filled grifter organization this country's ever known, especially based on some kind of, civil rights or anti-racism mode for what they're doing. Every one of those companies, after in fact, we're going to play those sound bites. 4:30 break is coming up. Right after that, we're going to do two things, Founder. We're going to play both of those sound bites from Black Lives Matter, and we're going to do another Charlie Brown Christmas afterwards to kind of get us back in the mood again. But I can't imagine. How come Delta, pick one, who gave millions of dollars to all these Black Lives Matter scumbags, are not today saying, wait a minute, I heard what you said. That is so wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself. You lied to us. You're a bunch of dirty, rotten, hate-filled scumbags, and you're threatening the white people of America? Please, I want my money back. How come the companies aren't saying shame on you? Speak up. You freaking cowards. What, are you afraid you're going to protest? Try it. Oh, God, yeah. How about, what's your address here? What's your address? Somebody give me the freaking address. 430. Yeah, come over here. Here's our address. Yeah, I'll give you an address to protest over here. Yeah, I'm ready.
The road from now to Inauguration Day is bound to be littered with fake news and doomsday media, which is why XTRA 106.3 is proud to continue as the conservative voice of Atlanta.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before.
The Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, Neil Boortz, local and national decision makers are all coming to the table as we inch closer toward the new Trump administration. We're live every day on 106.3 FM, live video on YouTube, and streaming across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now the security riddle of the day. When times get tough, where do you keep your stuff? Answer, in a quality safe from the Safe House, of course. Don't go to a big box store and get a fake safe. That would be as effective as Joe Biden's fake border policy. For over 30 years, the Safe House has been providing the best quality safes on the market. Brands like Browning, Fort Knox, and Champion. And with the largest selection of safes on display in Georgia, we're confident we can help you pick the right safe to fit your needs. So drop by our huge showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Rhino here for my L's at True Prep. Don't give a tie or socks or a thoughtless gift card from a big box store. Show you put some care and thought into their gift by giving them a gift from one of the most unique stores in Atlanta, and that's True Prep. Check for weekly sales during the month of December, and as an added bonus, for every $50 spent on a gift card, True Prep will give you a bonus card with a $5 added bonus. For details, check online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
This holiday season, give her something she'll cherish forever. Something she'll wear every day. Something she'll look at and smile every time. Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers. This year, we've got the perfect gift for the holidays at an incredible price. How about a 1-carat tennis bracelet, just $9.99, and a 2-carat bracelet for $19.99, 3-carat for $29.99, all the way up to a 7-carat bracelet for only $69.99. Why the tennis bracelet? It's timeless style. It adds sparkle to any outfit. They are comfortable enough to wear every day and can be dressed up or down for any occasion. Tennis bracelets can also be family heirlooms that can be passed down from generation to generation. And if you get it at Solomon Brothers, you know you are getting the most beautiful, all-natural diamonds at the very best price. So stop in any one of our 3 stores on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and on Fisher Crossing Drive in Sharpsburg. Visit us online at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
As the year comes to a close, now is the perfect time to evaluate your estate plan to protect your hard-earned assets from the high tax rates. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to help you keep your assets secure for future generations. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid planning, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, we protect what matters most to you. Schedule a free legacy planning meeting today to discover how we can help families just like yours. Don't let the government decide how to spend your money. Contact us at 678-250-9355, 678-250-9355. or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com. Nelson Elder Care Law, your partner in asset protection.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. We all know that Affordable Care Act is hardly affordable. Those pricey health insurance premiums are killing me. Hey, if you could save up to 60% of your current monthly premiums and get better coverage at a price you can afford, if you're self-employed or self-insured, a small business owner, you got that COBRA thing going, I got a guy, Steven, the health insurance doctor, can easily solve your health insurance dilemma. Steven will customize a comprehensive, zero-deductible, nationwide PPO something. I don't know what that is, but he sure does, and it's available immediately. You can have the freedom to choose any doctor or any hospital, save thousands of dollars of annual premiums, enhance benefits like dental, vision, cancer, accidental policies, and stuff like that. Many current clients are saving more than $10,000 a year. Call my guy, Steven, the health insurance doctor, and see how much you can save. 678-523-0759. There's no charge. It's free to you. You don't have to pay him. Health insurance doesn't have to stink anymore. Call Steven, the health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. Online, healthinsuranceDoctor.net. Another ballad from Sex Pistols bass player Sid Vicious and the gang. Sid was charged on this day in 1978 with assault after attacking Todd Smith. Singer Patti Smith's brother at a Skafish concert at Hurrah, a New York dance club. Sid Vicious was sent to Rikers Island Metro Jail for 55 days to undergo a painful and enforced detoxification. At Rikers Island, I think anything at Rikers Island
would suck.
would be painful. Just getting fingerprinted probably start. Oh my God. Anyway, and our birthday list includes that horny little Kirsten Gillibrand, 58, a senator from New York. I'll bet she's got an autographed pair of Bill Clinton knee pads from the 90s. I guarantee you that Kirsten Gillibrand, little naughty little. And on this day in history, speaking of murderers, 1992, Prince Charles Charles, the former prince, now the Killer King, and Princess Diana both announced on this day in 1992 they were separating. Their divorce became final in August of 1996, and in August of 1997, Prince Charles had her killed. Yes, Princess Di and Playboy Dodi Fayed were murdered by Prince Charles in a car crash in Paris in 1997. And he got away with it, and then because he wanted to be with that horse-faced monster that he cheated and lied with for his entire freaking life. 437. What a despicable freaking fan. I mean, the whole... Well, although Donald Trump has really nice things to say about that, the good prince. Prince Harry, is it? The good one?
Prince William.
Prince William, yeah.
Harry's the one that should be deported.
Yeah, Harry, yeah. We'll talk more about that later. By the way, at 4 o'clock hour, brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. You need a safe for your living will, your medical records, stuff like that. They have a showroom in Ackworth, and by the way, they have a Toys for Tots collection barrel up there, so pop in, say hi, drop off a toy or two, and they'll be glad to see you. Very happy to see you. 438, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Okay, let's do the bad stuff first, real quick. I promise you, I do this every hour, and if you haven't heard it, if you have heard it, sorry, it's going to be repeating, but it's important you know this. And again, I hate doing it, but you need to know the full story. The good news is Daniel Penny acquitted. They came back today for the lesser charge of the chokehold thing of the subway. You know the whole story, and he was finally acquitted. Although it's surprising to me because last week, at least one person on that jury, might have been 11, we don't know. At least one person on that jury voted to convict him of everything. At least one person last week said he should go to prison for 15 years. Somehow today that person or they changed their mind. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about it, but they didn't take long. They said, no, not guilty. You're free to go. That's when Daniel Penny found out for sure that he was okay. Let's play quickly cut number 2 here, Flounder. This is the father of the scumbag. And again, remember, the father of the scumbag abandoned his son. The scumbag son, who was a career criminal and a psychopath and needed mental help. I feel bad for the guy before he died because he was totally out of control and nobody helped him. The system let him down because his family let him down. If this didn't help, if this isn't a fault of the parents for what this guy's behavior was, and I don't know what is. And then the father has the balls to come out and civilly sue Daniel Penny. And then in the courtroom today, the father got thrown out of the court because he was complaining that he said, I was laughing at somebody after the verdict was in, and he said, you clapping when my son got fucking killed? And the judge said, get out, get out. Outside the courtroom, this is the scumbag's father, still hasn't gotten over this, so he's deserved anything in this. Number 2, sir.
I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either. It hurts. Really, really hurts. What are we going to do, people? What's going to happen to us now? I had enough of this. The system is rigged. Come on, people. Let's do something about this.
Let's do something about this. System is rigged. Please. The system is rigged, and you let your son get away with all this for years. Okay, cut number 4, Flounder. Black Lives Matter. Here we go. How come you companies that gave millions of dollars to these scumbags aren't saying, shut your big, fat, scumbag, racist hater mouth? Here's this big, fat, black scumbag from Black Lives Matter, number 4.
We need some black vigilantes.
Do you?
Right. People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud. How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
I'm tired.
Tired.
How do you spell that?
That's right.
Big fat scumbag. You freaking entitled punk. I wonder how much money he got from his local chapter of Black Lives Matter in New York. I bet he's living free and nice, and surely he didn't miss any meals. I guess you're eating pretty good off the corn there in the cob there, big fat bag. And how about one more, number 5. Now, folks, I didn't want to play this before, and I still hate playing it again, but you need to hear it. And freedom of speech and everything else. He says some very bad words coming up here. And this slimy little tramp named Chavona Newsom. Chavona Newsom is incredibly offensive, disgusting, and you need to hear her message because they're serious. And they're coming after you, and they're coming after me. And I'm prepared, and I hope you are too. Here is Chavona Newsom threatening white people. Number 5.
The
only crime that Jordan Neely was guilty of was the color of his skin.
Come on.
But luckily for Daniel Penny, his skin was not like Jordan's, because you honestly wouldn't have seen our face. The NYPD would have arrested him after 3 hours. The justice system would have found him guilty. And shame on this jury. Because to be real, they didn't even try. Once the lesser charge was removed, they came back an hour later and said it was deadlock. Less than an hour and 20 minutes later, they said not guilty. These wonderful white people, I hope they celebrate their Christmas while the Neely family is praying and asking God for comfort. Goddamn them and goddamn America.
Yep, she said it. Yeah, we played it. This is true. This is real. They're threatening. I mean, well, you heard it.
The only other person I ever heard say that was Obama's preacher.
Yeah, exactly. Wright, Reverend Wright, who said GD America, he GD the military. That's right. This is, that's a spiritual leader, the Obama Perditat family. Mm-hmm. All right, well, we've got so much more in this. All right, let's do something different. Let's do cut number 7 coming up here, Flounder. This was the day, on this day in 1965, CBS debuted A Charlie Brown Christmas. But the CBS executives didn't want to do it. They said this is never going to work. They were underwhelmed by the slow pace of the production. They fought with Charles Schultz, the creator of Peanuts, over every single thing, including particularly a scene lifted straight from the New Testament. They said the animation is quirky. There's no laugh track. They didn't have trained kid actors or voice actors. They used actual children. Charlie Brown, the voice, was a guy named Peter Robbins, who was 9 at the time. He died a couple of years ago. The American public loved it. 15 million votes households turned in, would turn into a special every year. Half the American watch it every year now. And Lucy Brown, famous for saying, "Look, Charlie, let's face it. We all know that Christmas is a big commercial racket. It's run by a big Eastern syndicate, you know." The bouncy, spirited Vince Guaraldi trio tune Linus and Lucy plays as Charlie Brown gets frustrated and says, "What is Christmas all about?" Well, Flounder, let's do this. Let's play number 7. Here's a little bit of the Charlie Brown Christmas that debuted in 1965 and changed a lot of things about Christmas and the attitude for it. Here's another little part of A Charlie Brown Christmas, if you will.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Linus following his biblical soliloquy by announcing to his now spirited friend, and that Charlie Brown is what Christmas is all about. By the way, this show killed the aluminum Christmas tree fad that had been popular since the 50s. Within 2 years of this special, with Charlie Brown insisting on a real and not a fake tree, the aluminum tree manufacturing companies all went out of business. In 2015, the child actor was sentenced to 4 years and 8 months in prison. Peter Robbins, the guy who died 2 years ago, for sending threatening letters to the manager and his wife of the trailer park where he lived. And by the way, the gang at the end of the show gathers around Charlie Brown's ugly and withering but now loved and lush, beautiful little Christmas tree, embracing the birth of the Savior. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. The Peanuts gang sings triumphantly as the credits roll. A Charlie Brown Christmas, first time in 1965 on this very day. And here comes the piano. 446, Skimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Merry Christmas, happy everything else too. On 106.3, happy Monday. How you doing?
The Kimmer Show is only on XTRA 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
She has been handed every single thing because of who she is and what she looks like, not by any accomplishment she did. She would be the first black American woman to win, but she didn't win, did she?
No.
She was appointed. She didn't get elected by the people because she didn't earn it.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
There's nothing like being there in person for the holidays. And RBM of Atlanta Mercedes-Benz wants to get you there safely, in comfort and style. Come in now during the Holiday Love Celebration for great offers on the Mercedes-Benz vehicles you've always wanted. Get an exceptional offer on the 2024 Mercedes-Benz C300 sedan. Just $479 per month for 36 months with $4173 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration sales event. Visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through January 2nd, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy. If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with the repair. Why call us? Foundation repair is all we do. We have highly trained estimators that will thoroughly evaluate your home and only recommend what is needed. If you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881.
For anyone who's ever dreamed of cooking competition quality barbecue, Southern Thunder Barbecue School has the perfect gift. Introducing Barbecue with the Pros, a hands-on cooking school experience where you'll learn from award-winning barbecue grand champions. It's the ultimate holiday gift. Imagine standing shoulder to shoulder with the pros, mastering the art of barbecue. Register now or purchase your gift certificates online at southernthunderbbq.com. That's southernthunderbbq.com.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around it. Whether it's sitting hours on end at your computer or working a physical job, over time, your body pays the price. There is, however, an effective way to turn back the clock on pain. Relief Factor. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. The difference, instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good. And it's 100% drug-free. If the pains that come with living a full life are affecting you, do as so many others have. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. When you feel good, it's amazing how much more you get out of life. So visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Try it for only $19.95. While we can't stop aging, not yet. We can stop pain. Turn back the clock with Relief Factor.
Freak Out wasn't the original dialogue. And Chic. Yeah, Freak Out, baby. 1978. Chic started 7-week #1 with La Freak. Nile Rodgers later said the song was devised during New Year's Eve 1977 because he and his bass player, Bernard Edwards, were refused entrance to Studio 54 in New York City. They had actually been invited by Grace Jones, but Grace Jones failed to tell the nightclub staff that she had guests coming, so they wouldn't let them in. So their lyrics to this song originally were not Freak Out, it was Fark Off. To health clubs and Freak Out. Every single health club played the same songs, and they were good because the beat was right for the exercise and everything. Anyway, it's a freak. That was La Freak. And now, by the way, on this, did I do a birthday? I didn't do a birthday. Our birthday includes the James Bond M. Judi Dench. Dame Judi Dench is 90 years old today. And good for her. And on this day in history, and you're gonna want to go to the end of the story because you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about here. But on this day in 1898, the first of 2 man-eating lions, known as the Tsavo man-eaters, finally got killed. The 2 lions had been dragging Kenyan Railroad construction workers from their tents at night and eating them. John Henry Patterson was the leader of the construction team. He claimed, this is 1898, he said the lions had eaten 135 men in 9 months. Modern estimates say it's probably 30, something like that. Oh, it's only 30? Oh. The work crews tried to scare off the lions, but nothing worked. Eventually, so many workers fled that they had to stop construction of the freaking railroad. Patterson himself then started hunting the lions. He shot the first one in the leg. It escaped only to come back later and stalk him that night, at which time Patterson shot it through the heart and killed it. He got the other one 20 days later. Patterson had the lion's skins made into floor rugs, and they are now on display at the Chicago Field Museum. The movies Buona Devil and The Ghost in the Darkness are based on these true stories. 1898. The Tsavo man-eaters. Holy cow. 4:55. Kim repeating full on there. A quick thing. And the 2 things. The Al Jazeera Constitution. By the way, the newspaper, I'm holding up for the YouTube audience to see. Do you see what the newspaper, actually, I clipped this out of the paper. See how all the sides are folding in? They have gone to paper that is so cheap and so flimsy and thin, it's like freaking spider webs, only not as strong. And the papers are curling. It's unbelievable. It's just cheap crap. You know how much it costs me to get the paper every year? $700. To get this freaking newspaper. And by the way, speaking of this stinking newspaper, these people are a bunch of freaking traitors. Today, everybody's talking about Donald Trump and the new revolution and people in the debate and the popular vote and everything else. Well, here's what the Al Jazeera Constipation, America's largest black newspaper, is now doing to try to make sure they foment even more division and hatred in America. They did a story, a huge story this morning in the paper, and it said South Korea's president briefly declared martial law Tuesday, suspending civil rights, barricading parliament, putting with troops, media under government control. Could this happen here in America? Donald Trump, president-elect, has shown some clear authoritarian tendencies. In his first term, he raised the idea of using martial law to stay in power after he lost the re-election, and he sent in the National Guard to disperse racial justice protesters. And on one of his last days in office, he refused for hours to call his supporters as they attacked the Capitol. Could Donald Trump declare martial law in America? You dirty, rotten scumbags. The answer is, Donald Trump is not going to declare martial law. The only people who would declare martial law are today's Democrats. Republicans wouldn't put up with this. Democrats do this kind of thing. And again, the Al Jazeera Constipation is deliberately trying to do anything they can to make it worse for America when the good things happen starting in January. Dirty, rotten slime bags. Honestly, I hate these freaking people. Oh, and by the way, Donald Trump got Macron back. Macron, the French sissy president, on that handshake thing. That's coming up in a second. First of all, Flounder, we got another Nuckies Hoagies. Flounder's funny for the...
You love the First Amendment and tell me I can't criticize the troops, because I'm going to stand here as an American also and tell you I don't think Navy SEALs should be ticklish and... And there's always some guy with like a grunt-style T-shirt at the other end of the bar like, why not? It's endearing. No, it's a weakness. And it shouldn't be tolerated. You're telling me these are the best of the best and all it's going to take is a big feather to get them to spill the beans? It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Navy SEALs shouldn't be ticklish, and also, you shouldn't qualify for the CIA if you've ever fallen for a surprise party. That should just be the test. That should be one of the tests. Oh, I thought we were just going to Nana's house. Yeah, on your birthday. If everybody yells surprise and you're like, I had no idea, and the surprise is you need to find a new career.
I love it. Who's that there, Flounder?
That is Mr. Kyle. What is his last name?
Something or other.
Kyle Kinane.
Yeah, I've met him before. I forgot his name. He's a very funny guy. The Donald Trump thing, when he was meeting with President Emmanuel Macron at their over the weekend in Paris, Notre Dame opening and so forth, the cathedral, President Trump is back to dominating world leaders with his handshake. They showed his handshake, and they shook hands back and forth. It quickly went viral. Macron is going to need a hand massage after that twisting and pulling Trump did on him. Manhandling the French president, one of the most dominating handshakes I've ever seen. We are so back. 7 years later, the handshake battle continues. Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron. Remember 2017, Macron tried to do his little 29-second handshake, tugging back and forth, and tried to deliberately crush Donald Trump's fingers, and Trump got him back over the weekend, and it's on viral video if you haven't enjoyed it yet. Hey, it's almost 5 o'clock. Holy cow. Holy crap. But sports is coming up. We got Pete's tweets, and we got all kinds of stuff here with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. How's your Monday? Oh, it's getting dark. Here we go. Oh, it's over.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Motive remains under investigation. Lisa Brady, Fox News. But now a person of interest is in custody in connection with last week's killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione arrested in Pennsylvania with a gun and a handwritten document critical of corporate America.
We're still working through his social media. We're going to do a complete scrub of that. Preliminarily, like I said, he seems that he has some ill will toward corporate America, but that will all come out as part of our investigation. We're not done here. We're still going to be putting this together. We're still going going to be working very hard to bring this to a successful conclusion.
NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenney says a McDonald's employee recognized Mangione from surveillance photos. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations.
Tisch says it's the third time in 3 weeks help from the public led to a high-profile arrest. Marine veteran Daniel Penny is found not guilty by a New York jury for last year's death of Jordan Neely, who Penny subdued with a chokehold on a subway train. Protesters outside the courthouse chanting "No justice, no peace."
They slammed the jury and the verdict. One of the protesters even suggested Daniel Penny should pack up and get out of town. Now, for Penny and his defense team, today is a win. Celebrating at a bar right after court today, Penny's defense team told me they were cautiously optimistic jurors would come back today deadlocked and the lesser charge dismissed. But jurors gave them an outright acquittal.
Fox's CB Cotton. On Friday, the judge dismissed the top count, manslaughter, after the jury deadlocked on it. Today's verdict coming just over an hour after deliberations began on the count of negligent homicide. Neely's father is suing Penny. The UN Security Council holding an emergency session on Syria after President Assad was overthrown by rebels.
World leaders are optimistic that this marks the end of the brutal regime and that it will mean a new chapter for the people of Syria.
Fox's Alex Hogan. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Innocent. Road guards out. Yeah. Daniel Penny, innocent. It never should have happened. It's all disgraceful and disgusting in the first place. And now the Black Lives Matter. Do you just hear that have gone so far as say you should get out of town? Yeah, with pleasure. Oh, man, if this is the beginning of some more of that hate like they think, I wonder if they really think they can pull this off like they did before when, remember all the videos of those white, blonde, housewife-type women bowing down to black guys who said, you need to kneel to apologize for what's going on with the George Floyd and the Ferguson. Remember all that stuff? Oh, my God. And they took over. I remember the video of seeing these elderly people out for a nice evening at some outside diner in the summertime, and all of a sudden, a swarm of these Black Lives Matter protesters came over, took over their table, just started screaming at them, and what are they supposed to do? Nobody did anything. Well, if they think they're going to pull this again, oh, man. And by they, I mean the haters. I mean those big, fat, black activist hating, white hating, racist haters. They threatened to kill us. They threatened to attack us. If you didn't hear the sound bites, you'll hear them again later. I played them a little 20 minutes ago, and so I'll play them a little bit again later on a little bit. You should know about it. You should know about it. And Daniel Penny. And again, Daniel Penny, obviously he's not going to stay. Well, I don't know. I assume he's not going to stay in New York. And I think, was it New York Post reporters who followed him into the bar and actually were talking to him with his lawyer there and said they were glad. It was very kind of low-key. And there were protests, and people started arresting some of the Black Lives Matter protesters in New York, who, of course, were calling for violence. And we're not taking it anymore. We're not taking it anymore. You call for all the violence you want. You're going to get what you wish for. I promise you that. And Daniel Penny, I hope to God, again, they had a GoFundMe account for him, and he's raised, I think, millions of dollars. I don't know offhand. I think it's really up there pretty good. And he had said he would donate all the money to organizations to help people with mental issues and things like that, and violence programs, things like that, which is very nice to say. And I'm sure his attorney talked him into it to do that kind of thing. It sure sounds good and looks good. But you need to take that money. You need that money. You should have the rest of your freaking life doing just fine. You should never have to worry about paying rent again. I mean, this is a freaking disgrace. And he should be suing everybody. I'm sorry, Flounder.
I was going to say, so far, over $3 million have been raised for him.
There you are. And again, he said he's going to give it away to charity for good causes and stuff. You need to get some money for yourself. This is a freaking outrage, and you need to keep it. You need to sue. Yep, you need to sue the family that sued you. That deadbeat father of the scumbag who's responsible for the scumbag has the balls to sue you. Oh, please. You need to sue that father. You need to sue that lawyer for malpractice, I mean, there's all kinds of deliberate things about, it's not called worthless prosecution, but it's filing a civil suit against somebody for wasting the court's time kind of deal. And you need to get all these freaking people. This is absolute crap. And New York State, screw you. I will never spend another nickel knowingly if it had anything to do with New York State. And that's probably impossible. But I will do my best to not do anything in the rest of my life that helps New York State as a state. Scumbag. Where's he supposed to go now? Where's he going to go now? Is he at I don't know if he has family someplace, or I don't even think he has a girlfriend, or I don't know. I hope to God he gets. What is he? 35, 50 years old, 40 years old? I forgot how old he was. I should know this, and I'm sorry I don't. He's a fairly young guy. I think he's like 40 years old, or 38, 40 years old or something. Anyway, he's got to do something with that money. He's got to take that money and sue and sue and sue. And it's like a Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse has had to disappear, basically. He shows up every once in a while. All right, 508, let's call it 508. Holy Crap at Sports coming up, and boy, is there a lot of it. Oh, mercy. Pete Davis. Dogs time, party time, baseball time, and Soto time, and we got to play it there. Yes,
real quick, we got Patricia on the horn. She wanted to talk about the Black Lives Matter real quick.
Hi, Patricia. What's going on, babe? Welcome aboard. What do you think?
Well, I heard this morning that in the time of Floyd, they raised $90 million.
Yeah.
And only $30 million of it could be accounted for, and the other 60 went for the executives and the people. And the only reason they're bringing this up now is to try to get more money.
Patricia, what makes it even worse is I remember, just like you do, as soon as they got caught saying we can't find that $60 million, we really don't know where it went, and then they got caught. And remember that fat black scumbag lying racist bitch who said, well, they're treating us unfairly. Here we go again. Black Lives Matter is a charity organization, and they're coming after us, and they don't come after any of the white guy charity organizations, because white guy charity organizations all get all the breaks, and we don't get. Oh my God, what is a string?
Didn't she spend $15 million on a house?
Yeah, 3 of them. Oh, she got houses all over the world. Yeah, she's 32 years old and retired with houses everywhere, like Costa Rica. Oh, my God. And again, Patricia, why haven't the companies who gave them, maybe it's still early, maybe they're going to wait until tomorrow, but why haven't all those companies who gave all those millions of dollars and now have seen today what the reaction is to Black Lives Matter, calling for killing and murder and violence against white people, and saying GD America, GD white people? Where are all those companies who gave Black Lives Matter that money, saying, shame on you, we want our money back, and you'll never get another nickel from anybody, and you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, and they should be turning on these people in droves. And so far, the only person I've heard complain about them is me and you.
At least we're on the same side.
There you go, baby. All right, sweetie. Thanks, Patricia. I appreciate it. Seriously, talk radio guy. Our little team here has had it up to here. How come I haven't heard? Have you heard any reaction? Anybody? Have you seen anything about, the country reunite saying, oh, these Black Lives Matter people are disgracing the scandal? And, my God. Freedom of the press, what the hell? That's only, conservatives who they care about. All right. And again, a lot of questions on this guy they've ID'd as the shooter in the healthcare CEO murder. Found a gun, a silencer, 4 fake IDs, and a manifesto. And he got caught at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania using a fake ID. I still don't know what was it, a traveler's check thing? I mean, is there nobody? I don't know. You'd think it'd come out by now. How'd they catch him? How does some cashier at McDonald's catch the guy who did this for 6 days, got away with it? And by the way, he was throwing clues all over the place. The jacket, the healthcare, I mean, the satchel he had, the phone. He was. I mean, I don't get any of this stuff. Anyway,
he wants the attention. He wants it.
Well, he sure got it. His name is Luigi Mangione. He's 26 from Maryland. He went to a Baltimore prep school. A Baltimore prep school. It cost $40,000 a year. He was the valedictorian in 2016. The Gilman School in Baltimore. Played soccer. It's an all-boys school. He wanted to get a degree in artificial intelligence. And I don't know what his connection is to the medical, something that happened to a family member, maybe? I don't know. I haven't heard that yet. Maybe he's just, again, he was a big fan of the Unabomber. So maybe that says something about it. Ted Kaczynski. So maybe he's just a freak. But again, I don't know if there's any personal thing involving him or his family or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, well, I mean, here we go. 512. Let's do the Bill Burr cut. Flounder, cut number 3. Bill Burr, one of my favorite comedians, was a big fan and expressed a lot of sympathy for the Thompson family. The CEO was murdered and his family and left behind a wife, family, stuff like that. But then when it came out that United Healthcare turns down twice as many people as most other healthcare companies, Bill Burr has now said this.
Paul, what's going on in New York? We were just talking about it. That CEO got whacked. You know what's funny? I was sitting there reading an article with a guy. They go, oh, my God, he's such a great guy. He had a wife and kids, and he's such a great guy. And then you find out he and the other guys he's working for are getting sued for $121 million for dumping a stock and not letting the other people know. Nancy Pelosi just made $9 million on some shit. They're gangsters, dude. Gangsters. And then one of them gets whacked or something. They're like, oh, my God, he was such a good guy. It's a dirty game. Healthcare, dirty game.
Tough crowd.
It's hard to argue.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. That's a way big difference. If the average healthcare turn down of your claim is 16%, and this company is 32 or 30, like twice.
I mean, they're far above everybody else.
Yeah. That's not like just, they do things differently. That's an algorithm that says, no, we don't like that whole deal. Anyway, well, here we go. And again, that doesn't excuse murder. Obviously, we're not saying that in any way. Coming up, 5:30, we got Holy Crap of Sports. And
real quick, we got Rick the Painter on the horn.
Rick the Painter, right before sports. What do you got for us, Rick the Painter?
Hey, Kim, a great day for Mr. Penny and the Marine he is. Hey, but anyway, all the news is going on crazy today.
Yeah.
Just to lighten things up a little bit, did I tell you the joke about the paper?
The joke about the paper? No, sir.
Oh, never mind. It's terrible.
The paper joke is terrible. The joke of tearing the paper joke. 514. So, boy, you don't get this everywhere. Let's make sure they know where to get it. So 106.3. Because we may do this a lot, probably. Tell your friends, all right?
Hey, it's Rhino from The Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
Every other ad that you see for a medicine, this may cause this, that, the other thing. You're like, good Lord, is that this maybe even worse? You ever notice that you don't see that on the COVID ads?
And you know why? Because it's still under EUA.
They
don't have to tell you anything.
And they're never going to take it out from there because they have to protect themselves.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Kemmer here. I don't know about you, but I've been doing an awful lot of smiling lately because of what's happening politically. But, I love to make a joke about smiling going to the dentist. A dentist is where you're supposed to get your smile back if you don't have a really good one. Like, Dina Geisler, Dr. Dina Geisler, Atlanta Smiles, my dentist. For 30 years ago, I went the first time, 31 years, I think. Anyway, smiling time because that's what she does. This staff, honest to goodness, I love going to the dentist. And I was there a few weeks ago and laughing and smiling, one, because I take the gas every time. And it makes my story stories better. At least that's what the girls say. And also, you get the doggy. I'll talk about that in a second. But first, this staff. Honestly, these are the happiest, most professional people who love what they do. You walk in there and you can't help smiling. There's friendly faces. There's laughing and smiling all the time and really taking care of you. And honest to Pete, whether you're getting cleaning or some veneers or cosmetic stuff or bridges, crowns, all the big-time Charlie stuff like I was doing, all that stuff. If you would like a little doggy, Dr. Dina will put a little doggy right in your lap to make you feel better while you're getting your dental stuff. I mean, it's the darndest thing you ever saw. By the way, if you're a veteran, you get a 10% discount automatically. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, here's that number, 404-262-7733. These are the happiest people you ever saw. It makes you smile going to the dentist, and especially when they can do for you a beautiful smile. The company is atlantasmiles.com.
Brothers and Echo. This Christmas, give the gift that keeps on giving. Echo Power Equipment. Whether it's a new chainsaw, trimmer, or blower, Echo has the perfect tools to make any outdoor job easier and efficient. At Howard Brothers, they've got the Echo tools for every task and every budget, so you can find the right gift for the hardworking person in your life. Let's get something special wrapped up under the tree this year. Echo Power Equipment is built for those who love to get things done, and Howard Brothers is here to make your Christmas shopping easier.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPsETC.com.
Why should you do your shopping at D. Geller & Son this holiday season? Because you don't want to end up like shouldn't have case number 3340.
Okay, honey, you ready to see your gift?
Okay.
All right, open your eyes.
What is it?
It's the future of walking. It's a Segway. Trust me, in a few years, all of your friends are going to have one of these bad boys.
How much did this cost?
Only $4,000.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Why don't you hop on and take it for a spin?
Okay.
Honey?
You know what never goes out of style? Diamonds. This year, take the risk out of holiday shopping at D. Geller & Son, steering you right since 1939.
This year, hold on the tech gifts and give them something they'll really love. Like a beautiful piece of fine jewelry from D. Geller & Son Jewelers. From timeless diamond stud earrings to tennis bracelets to our gorgeous selection of hand-picked loose diamonds. D. Geller & Son Jewelers has been helping folks find that perfect holiday gift since 1939. So stop in today. D. Geller & Son Jewelers in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. And you can always shop online at dgeller.com. Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
All right, look out. Pete's tweet's coming up like the Babylon Bee. Prosecutors warn Daniel Penny acquittal could lead to rampant acts of heroism. Yes, says, oh my God, we can't have that in America today. It's 5:20. And now brought to you by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Just over a month ago, your Atlanta Falcons were sitting pretty atop the NFC South, running away with it even.
Yeah.
Now they have a losing record. They're falconing. That's what we look it up in your fucking Wagnalls. This is the pure definition of it. Falcons fall to 6-7 and into second place in the division behind a team they've beaten twice this season, Tampa Bay. Wow. Falcons lose in Minnesota 42-21 yesterday. It was tied going into the fourth quarter. But then the wheels came off of retread Raheem's team. And quarterback Kirk Cousins, who's thrown something like 8 or 9 interceptions since his last touchdown pass, threw his defense under the bus by saying, I felt good when the score is 21-21, but next time I get the ball, it's 35-21.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Cousins has never led a team to victory in the playoffs, not at Washington, not with the Vikings, but now he's not even a good regular season quarterback. It is time to play Michael Penix Jr., especially against the team you're coming up against. By the way, the last time these Steelers had a losing record, Facebook did not exist.
Oh, really?
Tommy Maddox was Pittsburgh's starting quarterback.
Wow.
Hey Ya from Outkast was the #1 song, and the word podcast had not been invented. 2003.
Wow.
Yeah. The Falcons entered the game yesterday with a 51% chance of winning the division. That dropped to 34% with the loss. The Buccaneers entered yesterday with a 47% chance of winning the NFC South. They've now got a 64% chance. Coach Moore says they're taking this one day at a time from now on.
What does that mean?
He's a philosopher, isn't he? So what's next? Possibly the worst Monday Night Football game of all time, Falcons in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah.
The Raiders are 2-11 in last place in the AFC West. I doubt Peyton and Eli even bothered to show up in their dens for this one, for their show.
In fact, are you done with the Vegas thing? I have a thing to mention that is of good news. Can I mention this in here about Brock Bowers?
Yeah, go ahead.
He set the rookie record for receptions, 87. Broke the mark set by the rookies for Vegas, which is a shame. I mean, the guy, can you imagine if he were with a top program or something? But he's got
NFL
the rookie
team?
NFL with a rookie record.
I feel bad for him because these records don't count because he's playing for the Raiders, and they don't even pay attention to
It's a shame, but he's doing
By the
great.
way, tonight's Monday night game may be just as bad as next week. The 4-8 Bengals at the 5-7 Cowboys. Who scheduled this crap?
Yeah. And what happened to Cincinnati?
The rest of the team sucks. Their quarterback is having a great year. The rest of the team pretty much sucks. I think one of the receivers just quit on him today, saying, I can't do this anymore.
Oh, really? Good Lord.
It could be worse, though, Falcons fans. You could be Jets fans.
Here we go again.
They're already eliminated for the playoffs for the 14th straight year, extending the longest streak in the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the NHL.
Oh, are you serious? Oh,
They're
my
the worst.
God.
The worst of the worst.
In New York. How is it possible that the franchise in New York City? Oh, my God.
Somebody hired a plane and flew over this Giant Stadium, whatever they're calling it now in New Jersey, and asking the Giants owner to do something about this dumpster fire.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the dumpster fire. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And bad news locally. Georgia Tech wide receiver Eric Singleton Jr. is entering the transfer portal. A big blow for the Yellow Jackets. The sophomore from Douglasville led the team in receiving yards in each of the past 2 seasons. Singleton is going to have 2 years of eligibility at whatever school he chooses to go to. And what's worse for Tech, he may be going to Georgia.
Well,
yeah, I know. How could you do that? I just don't understand how you go to the rival.
You can't do that,
But there's a Texas player's quit now. He says he may go to Texas A&M. You can't do that either. You just can't do that.
This is just wrong.
They're mercenaries at this point.
By the way, Georgia Tech was doing great. I mean, my God, they've nothing but success ahead, I would think, for Georgia Tech. Why would he want to leave now when things are on the up? Well, money. I offered him more money. Again, this is just wrong. Sorry.
Merely hours after winning the SEC championship game, receiver Michael Jackson III announced his intentions to transfer from Georgia. And today, receiver Nitro Tuggle, what a name, is going to follow that move. He's transferring too. There are reports that quarterback Carson Beck may miss the entire playoffs with a UCL injury to his elbow. They're looking at what they can do with it treatment-wise. Yeah. And a lot of Bulldog fans on social media seem to be okay with this, preferring Gunnar Stockton anyway.
Well, when I saw him, when they made a big deal about him taking on that tackler, going to the sidelines, and the coaching staff all jumped up and down like this is our new rock star hero, tough guy. And, I thought he did great for coming in under a circumstance like that. More power to him. Yeah.
Bulldogs punter Brett Thorson will have surgery on his non-kicking leg and is gone for the rest of the season. He was trying to tackle a guy running the ball back, one of his punts back, and hurt himself.
Yeah.
The college football playoffs are set, 12 teams in it. The committee didn't seem to think strength of schedule was all that important, which leads former Alabama head coach Nick Saban to ask why teams should schedule tough opponents in the future. So the SEC schedule is tough enough, and Bama AD Greg Byrne says they will reassess their non-conference scheduling philosophy. So once again, they're going to go to playing, puff cakes.
Yeah.
What they're going to do. Some bowl games are set for teams that did not get the golden ticket in their Willy Wonka bar. Ole Miss heads to Jacksonville to play Duke in the Gator Bowl. Georgia Southern will take on Sam Houston in the New Orleans Bowl, held annually in Missoula, Montana. West Virginia against Memphis in the Frisco Bowl, which is held in Frisco, Texas. It's always like freezing ice storms every year when they do that, too. Jacksonville State plays Ohio and the Cure Bowl in Orlando. What is the mascot of Ohio?
Ohio's mascot is the armadillo.
I don't know if they've got to Ohio yet, even though I saw one just the other day.
Yeah.
It is the Bobcats.
Oh, I'll be darned. In Ohio? I guess they have Bobcats in Ohio, Midwest.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Cure Bowl will be played on Saturday.
Oh, the Cure? The Cure. What is the Cure? Well, it's a British band, but never mind that now.
It doesn't matter. Here's the daily regimen for just one Army football player, and I forget his name, but here's what he has to do.
All right.
6:15 a.m., wake up. 6:45, morning formation. 6:55, breakfast. 7:40, philosophy and ethical reasoning class. 9:50, calculus 2. Not 1, 2. 10:55, Portuguese.
Oh, boy.
12 o'clock, lunch. 12:45, fundamentals of small unit ops. At 1400 hours, or 2 p.m., treatment. 2:30, lift. 3:45, team meeting. 4 o'clock, position meeting. 5 p.m., practice. 7:30, team dinner. 8 p.m., study hall. 10 p.m., return to barracks. 11:30 p.m., lights out. What did you do today? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's just amazing.
Especially 11:30 lights out. That's a long time to stay awake and do stuff all the time and then be getting up again to be it's a military man. There you go. Stuff life.
I wonder if they take naps during the day to catch a cat nap here and there.
I don't think so. Yeah, you get to run around for that.
Seems the Mets outbid everyone to sign former Nationals, Padres, and Yankees outfitter Juan Soto. Yankees fans not happy. They're posting a lot of very evil things.
You're not kidding.
One of the rumors going around is that the Yankees security kind of manhandled one of his family members sometime this season, and he wasn't happy with that.
Really?
So that might add a little to it.
Okay,
in fact, he took less money, but he took one more year. $765 million spread over 15 seasons, which means the Mets will be paying both Juan and Bobby Bonilla for the next 11 seasons.
That Bobby Bonilla's still got to pay off. If he plays 162 games, he will get $300,000 a game. So if he plays 150, he'll get even more than that per game. $300,000 more per game. Hey, you gotta love it.
$75 million signing bonus, too. Wow. 75. The Mets leapfrogged the Yanks in the odds of who wins the World Series. Mets moved up from plus 1,200 to plus 750 on Sunday night on ESPN Bet. The Mets are behind only the Dodgers at plus 375. The Braves are also plus 750 to win the World Series in 2025.
Yeah. Excellent.
And we got 2 new members in Cooperstown. Dave Parker, the Cobra, the rifle-armed outfielder, 1978 National League MVP for the Pirates, and Dick Allen, the feared slugger for the Phillies, and the 72 American League MVP for the White Sox. New members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Parker is 73, hit 290, 339 homers, 1,493 RBIs from 73 to 91, made 7 All-Star teams. 339,
Yeah.
That's about 60 less than Dale Murphy.
Yeah, what's the deal?
Yeah,
what the hell's the deal? Sure.
Why isn't Murphy
you know why? Because we are family. Because they think the Pirates were the yellow freaking towels and all their, we are family. They were very flashy and very popular and all this other stuff, and they had all those big stars. But still, we had Dale Murphy of the freaking Braves back at a time when the Braves weren't doing much, and he was. Anyway.
I bet Del Murphy had to do it over again. Maybe he should do cocaine and get caught doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe that would help his cause.
There you go.
Which is what I'm not against Parker being in. I'm just saying this is BS that Murphy's not in at this point.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Dick Allen died 4 years ago, hit 292, 351 homers, also less than Murphy, 1,100 plus RBIs. He was also a 7-time All-Star, retired when traded to the Braves because he refused to play here in Atlanta in the 1970s. Bob Nightingale of USA Today reports that Max Fried will likely sign with either the Red Sox or Yankees around $200 million. And sad news, Merv Rettenmund, who won the World Series rings with the Orioles, Reds, and Oakland Athletics, dead at the age of 81, died Saturday in San Diego. Rettenmund made his debut with the Orioles as an outfielder in 68, was there through 73. In that span, he helped to make the playoffs 5 times, won 3 AL pennants, and won the series in 70. Also won the World Series with Cincy in 75, finishing his career with the Padres and California Angels. Merv Rettenmund was 81.
You know how
the Hawks got spanked at home by the Nuggets by 30 points last night, 141-111. Denver center Nikola Jokic scored 48 points with 14 rebounds. And there's sport.
Merv Rettenmund. I remember Merv Rettenmund from the light Bud Light or it's Miller Lite commercials, taste less, etc. And all of a sudden at the bar, this guy turns around and says, "Merv Rettenmund, what am I doing in this commercial?" I swear to God, don't you remember that? Wasn't it the Bud Light?
That's Marv Throneberry, I think you're thinking.
Oh, well, either way, I remember the man is a wonderful fellow.
Never mind.
As I was.
But that's a wonderful anecdote. Please tell us.
Tremendous way to end the story. Oh, we got so much more. Doesn't even have to be true anymore. 5:32. It's the new broadcasting is in mantra.
The last half hour be totally made up.
That's right. So what are you going to do about it? 5.
Atlanta radio legend. Proud military vets, national network experts are all on XTRA 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Hey, don't forget now, Atlanta Safe House has also a Toys for Tots collection location. Atlanta Safe House. You know, I got to love these guys, Jeff and Mark. And they give you a true ho-ho-ho when you stop up at their showroom in Ackworth, right off Industrial Boulevard. Got a big box up there to collect toys for the Toys for Tots. You know, they don't have to do this, but they go out of their way to make sure not only do they do something for somebody else, but they do stuff for you. For example, gun safes. Who doesn't want to have a gun? With all this stuff going on now, a new gun safe might be a great Christmas present, for especially ladies, for your husband, or maybe you have an adult son and you're getting him involved in firearms. Make sure they know how to lock everything up and take care of business. Well, that's what they do. Gun safes, no sales tax the rest of the year. And Browning, holy cow, rebates, they're almost free. I hate to say that. There's always something special going on. Check out their inventory. Been doing this for decades, and it's a non-woke company. They're never going to give out your master reset code to somebody else. I mean, like some other companies have done. Trust me, all the stuff you want to keep safe and sound, like your living will, your medical records, take it from the Kimmer. Anyway, they really protect your assets the way you should too. Christmas gifts, Toys for Tots, the Atlanta Safe House community in Ackworth on Industrial Boulevard, and on the web, atlantasafehouse.com.
It's Christmas again, and it's that time of year to gather with family and those you hold dear. But what will you bring and where will you go? When it comes to great gifts, there's just one name to know. Solomon Brothers, it's just the right place. Because a fine piece of jewelry puts a smile on a face. So stop in today, and you know you won't fail, because at Solomon Brothers, there's an incredible sale. From 1 carat to 6, you'll get the best deal. You'll love how it looks and how it makes her feel. In carats, they start at just under $1,000. You'll find earrings and bracelets or a ring for their hand. And when you give a gift that's from Solomon Brothers, it will be unique and not like the others. So don't miss this sale because it won't last long. Just trust Solomon Brothers and you'll never go wrong. Stop into Solomon Brothers Jewelers today and get 1 carat total weight diamond stud earrings, tennis bracelet, necklace, or rings starting at under $9.99. So shop Solomon Brothers Jewelers or SolomonBrothers.com.
The end of the year is closing in, and with it, another tax year comes to an end. As you prepare to file your taxes, consider the efficiency of your tax strategy. Have you maximized your IRA and Roth contributions? Do you have an RMD strategy in place? Are you making moves now to maximize your future tax-free income? Not only is the year-end fast approaching, but the 2017 tax cuts sunset at the end of 2025, placing many Americans in a higher tax bracket. Don't just report your taxes, plan for them. Contact Master Plan Retirement Consultants now to create a retirement plan specifically designed for you. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation where we can illustrate your retirement outlook and create a plan together for your future. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
You and your buddy. You've been through a lot with each other. The ups and the downs. He's been with you every morning, noon, and night. You've traveled the world together. Heck, he was even with you on your first big date. But have you noticed he's struggling lately? Not performing on the job. He can't even stand up straight anymore. He's wanting to cry out for help but just doesn't know how. He needs Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can give him the gift of good posture this year, help him stand proud and become all he was meant to be. Now, take him by the hand, look him in the eye and say, "I appreciate you, little fella, and we're going to get you some help." We're going to call 404-777-1911. We're going to visit tbtofga.com. We are going to say goodbye to erectile dysfunction forever. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's one worth having. Learn more online at tbtofga.com.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies. Besides, what are you going to say to him? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to him, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Yeah, how you doing? 538. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And the Doors, 1980s, 67. Dun, 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 dun. 1967, New Haven Arena in Connecticut. Before the show, a police officer found singer Jim Morrison of the Doors making out with an 18-year-old girl in a backstage shower. They got into a fight, an argument. The policeman sprayed mace in Morrison's face. And once he got on stage, Morrison told the story of what happened backstage, started taunting the police officers, who then dragged him off the stage and arrested him. The crowd started to riot. They left the venue in disarray, got arrested all over the place. Then they showed up at the police station in New Haven, Connecticut, and got arrested again. So he was making out with an 18-year-old girl in the shower before the show. Chicks, man. Chicks. Let's see. Well, Pete David got a bunch of sports here stuff. Michaela, we got double Michaelas. I know you'd like this. Michaela Maroney, the gymnast, is 29. Michaela Skinner Also another hot gymnast, 28. 2 hot Michaelas, and they were both American gymnasts a year apart. And if you haven't seen them, you ought to. They're doing commercials, and I guess they're doing probably great. Let's see. A couple of sports things here, Pete Davis. On this day in 1935 in downtown New York City, the Athletic Club honored a football player named Jay Birzwanger of the University of Chicago with the Downtown Athletic Club DAC trophy, later to become the Heisman. The club's first athletic director was a player and a coach in the 1890s, and his name was John Heisman, of course. And one more. 10 years ago, 2014, Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton hurt when a car T-boned his pickup. The truck rolled several times. Cam Newton had 2 fractures in his lower back, but has lived to play again. So there we got that going for us. 5 o'clock hour brought to you by Lee Brandt Jewelers. Affordable luxury jewelry and watches. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or go to LeeBrandt.com if you don't mind. Again, the founder tells me somebody called and said this guy, they've arrested Luigi Mangione of Towson, Maryland, 26-year-old kid for the, apparently he's a person of interest. Whether they officially arrested him, I guess, is happening right now. And apparently, Flounder says somebody said that he was turned down for back surgery or something, and that may be one of the reasons why he went on a. But it's still, it really doesn't still make sense to me, the whole damn thing, to be honest with you. Why that would lead to that. Okay, 404-741-1230. Flounder, we're going to play a couple of, let's do those BLM cuts. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I hate doing it, but you need to hear this stuff. They're coming after us, and it's a racist, vicious, hate-filled attack by Black Lives Matter. First, Flounder, let's play cut number 2. The scumbag's father, this is the Daniel Penny, found innocent of all charges, free to go. The father of the scumbag, and by the way, the father abandoned this kid. The whole family abandoned this guy for a life of crime, and now he's suing Daniel Penny for civil damages. And this is what the father got thrown out of court, saying, you guys are clapping, my son got Franking killed, and they threw him out of court. And then he addressed the media this way. Cut number 2, sir.
I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this.
Your fault.
I didn't have to go through this either.
Your fault.
It hurts.
Your fault.
Really, really hurts.
Your fault.
What are we going to do, people?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to us now? I had enough of this.
What do you mean? What is going to happen to who?
Come on, people. Let's do something about this.
You got to do something about this? What are we going to do about it? What, you're not part of anything. What do you have to do with anything? You're the scumbag deadbeat father who let his son turn to a life of crime as a psychopath. He needed help and you abandoned him. And now you're trying to make money off it? You dirty rotten. Boy, I wish there was a word for guys like him. And now got number 4, Flounder. Black Lives Matter. Here we go. A call for violence from some fat, black, hate-filled racist from Black Lives Matter. Be warned. The most corrupt, vicious, fraudulent anti-civil rights group in the history of this country is coming for you. Cut number 4.
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud. How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
I'm tired.
Tight. Well, that's bad enough, but now here we go. And again, I hate you having to hear this, but you need to hear it. This is what's in their hearts. This is what's in their minds. This is what's in their black souls. This slimebag little tramp's name is Shavona Newsom. Black Lives Matter. This is horribly offensive. I don't want to play it, but I need to. You need to hear it because this is true and it's real. Here's what they think about you and me and the result of the Daniel Penny trial. Number 5.
The only crime that Jordan Neely was guilty of was the color of his skin.
Come on.
But luckily for Daniel Penny, his skin was not like Jordan's because you honestly wouldn't have seen our face. The NYPD would have arrested him after 3 hours. The justice system would have found him guilty. And shame on this jury. Because to be real, they didn't even try. Once the lesser charge was removed, they came back an hour later and said it was deadlock. Less than an hour and 20 minutes later, they said not guilty. These wonderful white people, I hope they celebrate their Christmas while the Neely family is praying and asking God for comfort. Goddamn them and goddamn America.
Yep, Black Lives Matter. And again, I'm waiting for all the companies the CEOs of all those American companies that gave millions of dollars to Black Lives Matter, to now say, that's how you feel about us? I think we might have made a mistake. Where are you? Stand up and say something. Shame these people. How come the CEOs of all those companies who gave all those millions of dollars aren't saying, oh my God, we really screwed up. Ladies and gentlemen of America, I am so sorry. It was wrong of us. We got sucked into it because we were freaking cowards. We were afraid they were going to show up and protest at our company that we were racist, and we were so much of a coward and freaking chicken-livered pansy sissy bastards that we caved into them and gave them millions of dollars with absolutely no way to check on what they were doing with the freaking money. We were wrong. We blew it. We are ashamed of ourselves, and we'll never do anything like that for those woke policies ever again. Signed, your friend, anybody who did it. And they're not going to say a freaking word. I can't wait for the first company president to say, boy, were we wrong. How about anybody?
They're not American. They're multinational.
Scumbags.
They don't care about American.
Man, we're almost out of time. Coming up, you're going a quick Donald Trump thing about pardons, and also it's a Charlie Brown Christmas. Flounder will play both of those cuts for the Charlie Brown Christmas and kind of bring things all together. We got Pete's tweets. Let's do Pete's tweets. Can you do tweets? We'll do tweets next. We got time for that? You want to save for tomorrow?
Probably not.
All right, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do double tomorrow. Double tweets tomorrow.
That's a great tease for tomorrow.
That'll keep them around for a night, just to stay all night. Anyway, 5:46. Give her feed and flounder.
Following this historic election, the news from the left is louder than ever.
Toxic personalities don't have political affiliations.
Which means you need voices you can trust to make sense of it all. XTRA 106.3 is dedicated to earning that trust every day with trusted local and national voices, Atlanta radio legends like Neil Boortz and The Kimmer, and the international resources of Fox News. This is your community and your voice. The conservative voice of Atlanta, XTRA 106.3 FM.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and thank all of you who have made Lee Brandt a success. Come in this Christmas and experience Lee Brandt's unparalleled personal customer service, along with their beautiful diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry. There is no greater feeling than making Christmas special for someone you love, and special Christmas memories are made at Lee Brandt, where quality, value, and service are the Lee Brandt difference. Start shopping at LeeBrandt.com.
It's here. It's called winter. Is your furnace ready to make sure you're warm inside and you keep the cold weather outside? Well, if you're not sure, you need to talk to the folks at Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and it's still that way today. Give Central a call at 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Are you tired of dealing with loud, ugly, drafty garage doors? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Now is a great time to upgrade with brand new, efficient, quiet, and beautiful garage doors. Your garage door is the biggest opening in your home, which is why it's such an important part of your home's curb appeal and energy efficiency. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078. Get started today by visiting us at allfourseasonsgarages.com.
For anyone who's ever dreamed of cooking competition-quality barbecue, Southern Thunder Barbecue School has the perfect gift. Introducing Barbecue with the Pros, a hands-on cooking school experience where you'll learn from award-winning barbecue grand champions. It's the ultimate holiday gift. Imagine standing shoulder to shoulder with the pros, mastering the art of barbecue. Register now or purchase your gift certificates online at southernthunderbbq.com. That's southernthunderbbq.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. At A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. We handle bonds from local to federal for any jail in any city. And in most cases, we can have you and your loved one out of jail in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1, find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have a plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
Okay.
We move like the sea. You're all I want to know. I feel free.
I feel free.
I feel free.
1966, supergroup Cream released their debut studio album, Fresh Cream, in the UK. It was a three-piece group. Eric Clapton, Jack Bruce, and Ginger Baker released their second single, I Feel Free, on the same day, 1966. And a little Cream if you want, they're fun. Are they a legitimate supergroup? Is that still an adjective that fits?
No.
Not really.
Overrated.
I
always thought they were overrated.
Yeah. 5:52. Well, almost on the time. Our birthday list includes Donny Osmond, 67 today, and Bo Bridges, Jeff Bridges' brother. Bo Bridges is 83. Holy cow. And on this day in history, this was the first day in 1907, Christmas seals go on sale in Wilmington, Delaware's post office. The proceeds went to fight against tuberculosis, which in 1907 was the leading cause of death in America. Tuberculosis, number one in America, 1907. Emily Basil began a fundraiser. She created a holiday seal to be sold at the post office for a penny apiece. She got the idea from a similar program to raise money for tuberculosis in Denmark in 1907. Let's see. To the news. Cut number one. Donald Trump. I interviewed on NBC that idiot disgraced Kristen Welker for some reason still has a freaking job. Anyway, she asked about Donald Trump and pardons when he gets back to office the first day. Flounder, cut number one, sir.
I'm going to look at everything. We're going to look at individual cases, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to be acting very quickly.
Within your first 100 days, first day?
First day.
First day.
Yeah, I'm looking first day.
Issue these pardons.
These people have been there, how long is it? 3 or 4 years?
Okay.
You know, by the way, they've been in there for years, and they're in a filthy, disgusting place that shouldn't even be allowed to be open.
Donald Trump went on to say he is not going to do any personal revenge stuff from anybody. However, he's got a couple of great people who, like Pam Biondi, who is very experienced, and he wants her to take care of going after people who need it. Special Counsel Jack Smith, Liz Cheney, all those kind of Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden. I mean, all those folks. Again, he's staying out of it, which is smart. But he says, I got people who may not want to stay out of it. So there you go. Anyway, Donald Trump. 5:54. Flounder, let's do this. On this day in history, December 9th, 1960, 1965, A Charlie Brown Christmas debuts on CBS television. And what a story this was. The CBS executives didn't like it. They say they were underwhelmed by the slow pace of it. They were battling all day long with Charles Schultz, the creator of Peanuts, over the inclusion of a scene lifted right from the New Testament, which you'll hear in a second. Animation was quirky, no laugh track. They were not trained voice actors. They were children. Peter Robbins was the voice of Charlie Brown. He was 9 when he did it. He also ended up going to prison, by the way. Got 4 years in prison for sending threatening letters to the manager and his wife of the trailer park where he lived, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, the Charlie Brown Christmas thing, don't forget it was, whoops-a-daisy, it was, damn, I got it here. It was Lucy Brown who was complaining about the issue of Christmas. Sure, Charlie Brown, we can tell you what Christmas is about, but Lucy was the one who was saying, oh, it's all just, part of the Eastern, what the hell, I can't find it. It was run by a big Eastern syndicate, Well, for Flounder, let's do this. Let's talk about first. The first cut is Charlie Brown and his buddies talking about how they're really kind of sad this time of year. Don't know why. Cut number 6, sir.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel. I just don't understand Christmas, I guess. I like getting presents and sending Christmas cards and decorating trees and all that, but I'm still not happy. I always end up feeling depressed.
Charlie Brown, you're the only person I know who can take a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem.
Well, she says, Charlie Brown, let's face it, we all know that Christmas is a big commercial racket, and they go on to talk about putting on their play. Frustrated title character screams out, isn't there anybody who knows what Christmas is all about? Well, here we go. Cut number 7 here, Flounder. This is, again, a TV show on CBS in 1965. No laugh track. And it was actual children's voices doing it. And here is the story of Christmas, which, again, they fought having by CBS because it was too biblical. Cut number 7.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Well, he actually used the words, glory to God in the highest, on earth peace, goodwill toward men. Linus follows a biblical soliloquy, saying, Charlie Brown, that's what Christmas is all about. And then they gather around Charlie Brown's once ugly and withering, but now beloved, lush, beautiful little Christmas tree, embracing the birth of the Savior. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. They sing as the credits roll. And by the way, they pretty much killed the aluminum tree industry for years in the late 1950s. It was big popular. And after this show, people wanted real Christmas trees once again. 5:58, Flounder's Funnies. Nucky's Hoagies, little thing here, Flounder.
Every relationship has the person that will take the trash bag out of the trash barrel and do a little, we're good, tie it off, and then leave it slumped against the counter like it took 2 behind the ear and a mob hit. And then there's the person that actually picks it up and takes it out to the curb at night and puts it in the trash can, right? My wife's hilarious, man. I love her, but she's got some of the worst excuses ever. I'm like, why don't you ever take out the trash? She goes, I would, I'm just afraid of coyotes. I'm afraid of the coyotes. It's like, so am I. They're rabid dogs. They hunt in packs of 2s and 3s. You don't do it because you don't want to do it, because you know I'm going to do it. Just get the away from me, please.
That's our friend Bill Burr once again, obviously. And let's see. Oh, by the way, Jay-Z is saying, I didn't rape that girl. Now he's involved with the P. Diddy business. I didn't even want to talk about it. This is too sick. The whole thing is getting disgusting. Jay-Z and Beyonce have to explain to their kids now because he's now linked with a 13-year-old girl charging all kinds of nasty stuff. Anyway, too much. Almost coming up on 6 o'clock. God bless America. Semper Fi, hoorah, the Marines once again come through in the end. Kim, Pete, and Flounder. Boys, have a great night tonight. Tomorrow we do it all over again. Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Wow, hoorah, Herb, look out, hoorah, hoorah.
The Morning Extra from 6 to 10 a.m. and The Kimmer Show from 3 to 6 p.m. Only on WFOM and W292EV Marietta. Extra 106.3 FM.